Okay. Alrighty. Well, while Zawa is looking for something to add into our repertoire, the docket. All right. Anyway, so the docket. It is episode 184, I believe, and yeah, so we're back for another episode of Hypecast. Thank you very much for tuning in. With yours truly, as always, Sean, aka Hawk525, with my co-host Zawa. As always, of course. Hope everyone has had a good week. So I'll just keep it a little short, I guess, while he's still working on it, or I guess as soon as he's done or something. Anyway, so actually has not been too eventful for this week, which is fine. But I did a little one bit of Apex, and then what is it called? The Unshattered event just came out or something like that. So I got a box with my extra like Apex coins or whatever, and I didn't get much, unfortunately, but I haven't played the new mode yet, which I can't really say about the thing. I forget what it was called. It was like, it's not control, but it's like zones or something like that. I'm not too sure what the exact like rules are or whatever, but or the objective, excuse me. It might be the same thing. Oh, okay, nice. What is it? It might be the same as control, but I don't know. Whatever. But anyway, Apex, and then Genshin, of course. I just collected like the main stuff for the newest event, so I'm pretty much done with it. I gotta do like the side quest for that area, for the chasm, for those who do play Genshin. And what else? I have not seen Batman yet, so I need to do that.
Same.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna make plans for Batman for tomorrow, Friday, as we record this. And I do really want to watch it though, because yeah. But when instead, oddly enough, I watched all like, for some reason, I don't know, I had this kick, but I was watching the King Kong stuff on HBO Max. So I watched the 1930s one, the original one, of course, and then the Peter Jackson one, and then I watched Kong.
Which version of Peter Jackson?
Oh, the extended one, and then yeah, it's way longer, but I mean, there's not too much you're missing out if you watch the theatrical cut. Especially there's one where it looks like it wasn't done quite, like, or it wasn't quite finished. Maybe that's why they took it out. I mean, that's probably why. But it's neat, I guess, in the concept, but it definitely didn't look done. But I like the attempt, I guess. I guess you can say. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty long, but it's nice to kind of revisit Peter Jackson's Kong, or King Kong, and then I watched Kong Skull Island. So I don't know what happened. I had a King Kong kick. Now I kind of want to watch Son of Kong, if I can find it somewhere, but because I never actually watched that one. Of all things, when it comes to King Kong. But yeah, I don't know. I just had a little King Kong kick for some reason. And then what else? I was trying to like look into the Godzilla stuff, like the old ones on HBO, but I think for the most part, half of them, or if not most of them, are English dubbed. So I'm like, it's a personal thing, but I know the Mega Godzilla one was English dubbed, so yeah. But I know the ones on YouTube are both, or they have both, I think. So, but other than that, Uh, not much else going on too much for me. What about you?
Pretty much went on a limb and watched this other anime that my friend recommended. Skeleton Knight in another world. It's another isekai.
Mm-hmm.
So for those that don't know, I'm a sucker for isekai, but not a lot of isekai. Fuck Sword Art Online. Fucking hate that series.
I mean, is it? I mean, I guess it technically is a isekai because it's not like because it's a video game, but I guess it counts. But I don't know. Sorry, go on.
Not every isekai has to deal with Chuck-chan running your ass over.
True, because I think Dot Hack is considered isekai as well. Yeah, so there you go.
That's was my introduction to the isekai genre.
Same.
Dot Hack.
I think that's the earliest I can remember when it comes to isekai. But sorry, go on.
But yeah, Skull Knight in another world. Just think of it very comical, except for the first like 4 minutes of the episode. It's borderline ecchi.
Oh, it's one of
But
those.
there's but it kind of sets up the tone.
Mm-hmm.
Not like it being ecchi, but it just sets up the tone like, oh.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about now. Now that you said the first like 4 minutes or whatever minutes is like very ecchi or something like that. Because I think I've heard someone else on YouTube talk about it like very briefly, but yeah.
Yeah. And also, you know, like how some animes they show like 4 minutes of this one scene, and then once you watch the rest of the episode, it never shows up again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This one it actually shows up again, so it's like,
okay.
So this is why it was shown, but still, it's like you didn't have to show those 4 minutes. But okay.
Mm-hmm.
But how my friend described me this anime was, imagine Overlord Ein-sama stupid and a good guy. I was like, isn't that what he is right now? Minus the good guy. He's stupid. So it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was watching like a very old anime. I don't know why my finger typed this out. Escaflowne. I don't know why.
Oh.
I just started to freaking watch Escaflowne again. I was like, my god.
Yeah, an Escaflowne kick. Like me, I had a King Kong kick.
I think it was because my first introduction to Escaflowne was one of the movies.
Really?
That was broadcast, well, back in the 90s. We had a channel called Channel 76. Where, you know, you get those type of movies, and then when you stay up late, 76 turned into distorted pictures. The colors go go weird. Analog. Gotta love.
Yeah.
God, did my gray hair show up again?
I actually have gray hair showing up like on the sides a little bit. It's starting to actually become noticeable.
Well, maybe you can cosplay as an older looking Luffy.
Maybe, right? Perhaps. Anything else?
Pretty much, I'm also setting up for Hawaii. We finally getting our anime convention going on again.
So yeah.
I'll be missing for 2 days.
Oh, okay.
Still don't know if I'm going to cosplay because, you know, when you're out of the cosplaying scene for 2 years, kind of don't have any motivation, but I might just force myself to just like, because I don't want to talk to people, right? I'm just gonna wear a cosplay that has a mask on, so I just stand there and go like,
Yeah.
children.
Yeah.
Yep, that's pretty much it. What? What do you want? I don't have food. Go away.
What we do have today is pretty mixed bag of news, and I don't mean a mixed bag like a bad way or anything like that, but we do have a variety pack, so to say. We do have fighting game news to talk about. Some bad, but mostly good. And then we do have some frontline to talk about, frontline news, and then some games stuff later on in a bit. So let's get into the fighting game sort of news as always. So let's start this off with yes.
Wait, which way am I pointing? It's like, Jerry, show the screen.
Wait, is your right? Which way is your right? Okay, there you go. Even I'm like
Jerry,
confused.
the screen.
Okay, there we go. There we go. So we do have some art from
key art.
Yes, key art from Nakata-san. Zawa, would you be so kind to read the notes from the artist featuring Rugal this time around? Omega Rugal, to be more specific.
Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm distracted by Dad.
He is pretty beefy in this game. Beefy looking.
I know, for a 65-year-old guy.
Yeah.
I don't even know his age. Okay, here it goes.
Yeah.
When it comes to representative boss characters in KOF, I think Rugal is at the top of the list. Yeah. The response we received when he was first announced as a KOF 15 boss made us realize just how popular he truly is. Well, that's because in SNK versus Capcom 2, he was an asshole, but still.
Well, technically, that wasn't Omega. That was God Rugal, but
yeah, that's the one I wish we got.
Yeah, but I think that was too OP, but
just nerf him by 1%.
1%. just add 1 frame to every move he has. That's it. All right. We're good.
Yeah. No, minus 1 frame.
Oh god.
Just see what happens, and then they have to patch in the 1 frame. Rugal's costume is based on the one he wore when he first appeared in '98. Oh, there goes my gray hair again. If you clear the boss challenge, you will receive it as an exclusive costume. This will be the first time that Rugal will fight wearing this armor, so we hope that you will get it. I thought he had the costume in the mobile game.
Well, I think if we're talking about like in a video game, like an actual like traditional video game, fighting game.
You don't count MOBAs as video games? How dare! Why do you say something so bold? It's so true.
It's so funny though, like you brought it up like that, because I had a coworker at the warehouse I used to work with before he quit, but he called himself a gamer, but he only played mobile games, and he played what was it? I think he either was playing I think he was like switching back and forth with all the mobile games, because of course they're all free, whatever, but free to play. But he was either playing the Marvel mobile game. I forget like the what was the
Conquest of Champions?
I think so at the time. And then either that one or the Power Rangers mobile game or something like that. I forget what was exactly called. But he was also playing that one at the time, so I just find it hilarious. But I'm not to like say or deny people who call themselves gamers and only play mobile games, because I mean, if it was me from like years ago, then I'd be like, no, you're not a gamer. But like at this point, you know, it's become a part of our repertoire, so I'm like, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I guess it is a game, but it is a game that I do have a lot of disagreements with, especially with the practices of manipulating our wallets to you know.
What are you talking about? Nothing bad happened to your wallet.
to my wallet. Oh man. But yeah. It's just so funny you brought it up like that. It like instantly reminded me of my my coworker. So funny.
You had that those anime scenes, like those flashback, like
just instant flashback. I mean, he's a cool guy. I mean, you know, we talk about he actually really was he really, or no, I should say, is into like kaiju stuff. Surprisingly, really cool guy.
okay. Yeah. Then if you ever meet him again or talk with him again, ask him this question: does he count Paul Bunyan as a kaiju?
Paul Bunyan. Paul
and
Bunyan.
his bull.
And the bull, yeah.
Paul Bunyan and his bull count as a kaiju. There we go.
Why Paul Bunyan is so random? Oh man.
See, now you're gonna be like thinking at night, going like.
Well then, if we're going to, if we do count Paul Bunyan as a kaiju, then that would have to mean we have to include the Titans from Attack on Titan as kaiju as well. They kind of are, kinda. But if you watch the series, I treat them more like Gundams than anything. But again, you have to watch the series in order to understand where I'm coming from, because the direction they head into the later.
You can count the Titans from Attack on Titans as tokusatsu.
No. I mean,
yeah, because they henshin.
Yeah.
In a technicality, they henshin.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. It basically, that's what it is. It's a suit. You know, it's a biological, like, enhancement suit, if that makes sense. Again, you have to watch the series. Not a spoiler or anything like that. You definitely have to like look into the lore and all that shit in order to understand where I'm coming from anyway. Well, anyway, I was gonna say back onto Rugal. From what I've heard anyway, he's not that well. The boss, like the boss challenge or whatever, he's actually not that bad. Even though like in the past, right, he was like fucked up and whatever, and you know the Mexican community banned him because this and that or whatever, because you know there's a meme going on within the SNK community or whatever, or the King of Fighters community, that Rugal is banned in certain places or whatever, so and shit like that. But I heard that the boss version of Rugal is, or at least for this iteration, isn't all that bad. Like somebody beat him in like 3 tries or something like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, and once you do beat him, you do get the stage and the costume, I believe. So the armored costume for Rugal. That's all I know. I haven't played the game yet. I haven't dived back into it. I might do that just to get the costume and stuff like that for Rugal. Because I do have the deluxe version, so I should have it all ready on my my PC version. So yeah. Anything on your end? You heard anything about Rugal? Whether he's like good or whatever?
None, not that I can say. I know people are having fun with him.
Yeah, for sure.
And I forget which crouching attack is it, but it's a really good anti-air.
Oh, really? Huh.
It's the one that he like looks like he's just swatting the air.
Oh.
It's like go away.
Okay. He has a high fireball or whatever that if only certain characters can like duck it when they're running or something like that. So there's some characters that are like run really low, so that's why they can duck it. I find it funny that of all the characters though, some of the characters anyway, King of Dinosaurs can actually duck it because he's actually like pretty low when he's like running. So a little tidbit, yeah, King of Dinosaurs is actually not much better of a character in in previous iterations, I guess. Who no, it was I think Leona was one that can't do that. That can't duck the fireball while running, which is like really weird. You think she'd be able to? No, was it Leona or I think it was like Clark and Ralph, which kind of makes sense because they're kind of big. But then again, King of Dinosaurs is super big, and he can duck under it. I don't know. Very strange thing that I saw of what characters can duck in and who can't. I think Robert cannot. Rio cannot. So it's like a really random selection. I don't understand, but oh well. I mean, all I know is King of Dinosaurs can duck it, so it's that is interesting. Yeah, and then trying to think of something that was relating to SNK. Oh, I heard the Japanese official store for SNK is closing down or something like that for the online portion anyway. I don't know if they have an actual like SNK store in Japan, but for some reason their online store, the official online store, is shutting down for some reason. Sounds like a damn shame, all things considered. Now, granted, I mean it's only in Japanese yen, but I'm pretty sure you can like use PayPal to convert that and whatever, and maybe ship it to internationally. But either way, it's a pretty damn shame because I'm sure the SNK fans, while yes niche, but very very strong about their about King of Fighters and stuff like that, are going to miss being able to have a store dedicated to the thing that they really like. So yeah, I mean that's very unfortunate. So I thought I'd bring that up as a bit of extra news for SNK stuff. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, I guess we'll just have to wait on Team Southtown, which I believe will be next month. In the next month, I think. Oh, which is Yamazaki, Yeast, and Billy King. So I definitely cannot wait for Yamazaki. I wanna at least try him out. Don't know if he'll be my main or be part of the team or whatever. But I definitely want to try him out because, again, I did really like him from CBS 2, and I thought he was a really cool, like funny but cool character. Stomping and knife, and he had the tongue out for the taunt and stuff like that. So yeah. Anything else from you? Any additional tidbits for this SNK bit? Yeah. We good?
We good.
All right, we good. But may I remind you, Rugal is a free DLC, so good on them for doing that. For those who do or are still keeping up with KOF, he is free. Okay, this is the unfortunate bit when it comes to fighting games, and it does have to do with commentators within the European scene. So this is straight from Logan-sama, or Logan on Twitter. At the time of this tweet, he was just told, and this is just 2 days ago as we record this, of course. Not too long after, I guess, he received the news, he tweeted out this, which is, just been told that you will not see any UK-based commentators on any of the CPT broadcasts or Capcom Pro Tour broadcasts this season, including the UK and Ireland event May 7th. What a way to see out competitive Street Fighter V. We went from this photo to nothing at all. Words can't express my disappointment. So this is, yeah, again, straight from Logan, who is a prominent commentator along with F Word. They have that partnership. Yeah, they got that dynamic duo thing. They've commentated for Capcom Cup top 8 at some point. You know, I definitely remember that. And, you know, F-word with his, oh my days, you know, quote, and, you know, Logan Sama bringing it in as well. Of course, you know, just like all the other parts of the world, you know, when it comes to Street Fighter and stuff like that, they put in the work. They put in the work for the streams. They put in the work for the commentary. You know, they got as much passion as anyone else in the world, and yet they, for some reason, got the short end of the stick somehow. There's no reason why that was given out from Capcom. There's no statement or anything like that so far. Again, as we record this, but this is definitely a damn shame. Because, again, I really do like these guys. I've seen them from the streams, and from what I've seen, I personally feel like they are definitely as hardworking and passionate as, again, anyone else in the world. And yet, they, for some reason, got singled out, and they are not showing up anymore. This one. So the question is, who is? That's definitely one of the questions, you know, for this situation. Like, how is this gonna work? What, you know, who's going to commentate for the European stuff? If it's not these guys, and along with a couple of other UK commentators that have not been mentioned here, which I believe they are a good couple of them that are just as prominent in the UK scene, or the European scene, excuse me. It is weird, you know. It's just gonna be like completely different people or something like that, like from another region, like another like continent or whatever, or I don't know. Why is this a thing, or why is this even happening? You know, it makes me wish to know from Capcom, but I'm no expert when it comes to this sort of situation, so I definitely cannot provide an answer right away. But it is strange. That's all I can say, and it just, again, makes me wonder why these commentators were singled out in this situation. Anything you wanted to add on, Zawa?
A part of me is because thinks it's because of the what's happening in Russia.
Oh, that's right.
Like, and because the UK is also trying to like cease the war right now. Like,
oh, okay.
On one side, it's saying that there are some of the UK commenters that probably don't want to like turn their focus away from what's happening, you know, in their own backyard.
Oh.
And then, but then another side of me is saying that maybe for some this would be a small little good distraction from, you know, what's happening. But you know, to each their own. And
yeah.
And again, probably like right now for UK, it's probably not right, but Capcom could have handled this a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably word it a bit better.
Well, I mean, the thing is, there's not even a statement at all to begin with, so there is no wording. I mean, yeah,
it's probably like not like a public wording, but right. You know, like to like executives, like whatever letter they gave to them is like, you know, keep this hush hush, but no to this. It's like, but why though?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So, anything else you know, or what pops into your noggin? No.
My noggin? Nah.
Your noggin? I mean,
it's empty, just like how it's always been.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, I actually did not think about that with the Ukraine Russian war right now. It's that it may play a part to it. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that definitely does make sense. But then again, you know, if we can just like, you know, sort of funnel our focus into this part of Europe and kind of like manage it without, you know, having any of that leaking or leaking into Capcom Pro Tour somehow, which is possible for the most part, you know, but maybe they just wanted to just avoid it altogether, like kind of alluding to just be super safe from anything involved with Ukraine and or Russia, you know, because there is a Russian community, you know, for Street Fighter, of course. There is, I'm pretty sure, a Ukraine community for Street Fighter, and there may be some things that play a part of the whole European scene in CPT or whatever, which I guess it might have been enough for them to be like, okay, you know, we probably shouldn't have these people's staff because they'll complicate things somehow. But then again, Logan doesn't quite know why. It seems like from what's happened. Maybe he does and he can't say it, and all he can say is that he's disappointed. But but for now, who is to say, or what, you know, what's going on and stuff like that. Again, though, either way, it's a damn shame, definitely for this one, that these guys cannot be involved with this, what appears to be the last CPT for Street Fighter 5, especially where Street Fighter 5 is right now in terms of how fun it is and how many people are actually competing and stuff like that, or motivated to compete. You know, it had the definitive update and a lot of characters have been buffed, some of them have been nerfed and stuff like that, and it looks like it's been, you know, a pretty different game in comparison to a couple other patches before. So, you know, again, you know, it sucks. It sucks to hear that these guys can't, you know, do it for one last time, pretty much. And, you know, I guess it is what it is. It sucks. Hopefully, Capcom can take back on that, but I don't know. Yeah, I definitely don't know if it's possible to go back. Because again, like you said, you brought up the whole, you know, the war that's going on in at least one part of Europe, or Eastern Europe, I should say, you know. Oh, yeah. But well, I mean, I guess we'll have to see what develops from this situation.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I think we can definitely move on from there. Okay. This is definitely one of the more fun topics that we will cover today. This does involve with the AT&T Annihilator Cup. And there have been a number of people from the FGC have been talking about this because, you know, for those who don't know, the AT&T Annihilator Cup, it was an event evolving with people who aren't quite familiar with fighting games. So that sounds fun, or that did sound fun, and so it brought in like all some of the big people from the non-fighting game side of things, like Shroud, for example, Emiru, so on and so forth. And I wanted to use this particular video from Vesper Arcade as like a kickstart for this topic, and talking about the whole thing about fighting games being hard and stuff like that. First off, did you watch the video, or yeah,
a bit?
Okay.
I watched a bit. I didn't watch it fully.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I tried to watch it like on my downtime at work, but then,
yeah,
you know how work can be. It's like you turn around after you've done everything, then all of a sudden it's like, what the hell is this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you see any of the clips relating to this at all on Twitter or whatever?
On Twitter, no, because my Twitter gets flooded with
other stuff. Yeah, I get it. No, I get it. I was just wondering. So I'll try to sum it up, but basically, he points out that fighting games are hard, but just like any other video game. But I think particularly though, fighting games are hard because of, you know, some of the things that are very characteristic, that are very key characteristic for fighting games, which is the execution, the move input and stuff like that. Starting with like the fireball motions and even the charge motion, that could complicate things. But meanwhile, right, when it comes to other games, for example, like RTSs, there's no real special input sort of thing. You just point and click, right? I mean, you do play like Age of Empires and stuff like that. I assume like you can agree on that. But when it comes to like once you overcome that, which is very easy, I'm pretty sure though the real strategy side of things is what becomes really hard. That's what makes RTS games real hard, especially when you're playing against somebody else. I mean, is that something you can, agree on?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For example, kids, you try to play against someone. Well, it all depends. Like, is it like two new people, like two, one new person and another new person playing it, or is it like one person then they're going against like a moderate person or that new person versus a pro? Because when it comes to RTS, the most like you can see the level cap ceiling really high is StarCraft. Like you can really tell who doesn't know what they're doing and who knows like I'm doing this. Okay.
Yeah.
For fighting games, I don't know. Like when you place that question to fighting games,
yeah.
To me, yeah, you can see who understands the game, knows the ins and out, and then you can see the ones that just like are just there to play. They just play.
Yeah.
I fall into that category. I'm just there to play.
Yeah.
And yes, I do get heated when you take like 10 L's in a row.
Yeah, understandably, yeah.
But then when you find out, hey, it's not really my fault. It's actually a hi internet. You're really fucking screwing over my button commands, and why did my frame jump like from low to like impossibly?
That's definitely one possibility. Sometimes when it hiccups, it drops your input and you lose out on this confirm or this key moment, and that could definitely change the tide depending on what game it is. Especially with Street Fighter V, it definitely is all about momentum. And once you lose that momentum, it could be game over for you, or for the other guy, or for the other player, I should say, That is definitely one thing. Another example that Vesper I should say, brought up is also racing games, right? There's no special input other than left, right, brake, gas, but when it comes to like
doing another turn,
yeah,
look at that turn.
But easy to get into, but once you really go into the other side of things, as someone who plays racing games myself, especially with racing simulators, that's where it gets super hard. I think like that's especially with how to enter a corner, how to how do you go into this turn and get out of this turn, right, with the most speed but control as much as possible. Because obviously, if you go in too fast, you're gonna oversteer or understeer. Basically, you're not going straight, or you're not going to the direction you want to, unless you're good with oversteer. But when it comes to understeer, that kind of sucks. But in my opinion, but you're literally going against everyone else who at least overcame that part with the input stuff like that too. Now you have to compete with how to make this turn better, which is like literally you're just shaving off like milliseconds, right? Or with just 1 second at the most Well, that's how you win. You win by that much, you know, and that becomes really hard as to how do you do that consistently with these sort of games, right? I want to like try to pinpoint where he's like has some good points or interesting points, but let me see. Hold on.
Give me 5 minutes of coaching. Okay, this is where we go back to the difference between using the easiest tools to win in the shortest amount of time, the scrubbiest stuff, or building instead, teaching the foundation, the fundamentals. That is the path Jaewon took as a coach, right? Learn your anti-airs, learn, you know, your best pokes. This is plus, this is minus. Here's a simple B and B. No, I wouldn't have done any of that. I would have said, pick Abigail, spam sweep, spam light punch if they jump at you.
Can you hear this, by the way?
Yep.
Okay.
When they're close to you, spam medium punch and constantly do run and flip kick, and he would have won this tournament no problem. And if somehow they got him down to low health and he activated V-Trigger 2 Abigail, there's not a single person in this entire tournament that would know how to deal with Abigail V-Trigger 2. He would hold that down and they would try jumping away and they would get hit every single time. If they block it, they still get hit. And you can combo it into super. But I was thinking, no, not Honda, because Honda's a charge character.
Let me see. Hold on.
You literally can go to Apex, pick up a controller.
Oh wait. Oh, there we go. Oh, I remember this guy. Yeah, he was like ranting up a storm about how hard fighting games are and stuff like that. And he plays, and he's I think he plays Apex like mainly, or just FPSs in general.
You know what I'm saying? And Abigail
that's like two different,
No,
you know,
not.
like
Not with
two
anything.
different genres.
Would have been
Right. I mean, but still, like what he's saying is that getting into Apex is easier than it is to get into fighting games because this and that, X, Y, Z. You know.
Mhm.
Same with Gran Turismo. Same with RTSs. You know.
best choice.
Same with anything? No. No, it's not. Not with anything. You could pick up any shooter game and be half decent. You literally can go to Apex, pick up a controller, and literally one clip a Predator player. Swear to God.
Even his chat,
This is a hell of a
I don't know
game.
if they're
I'm just
calling
saying,
him
like,
toxic or
dude.
something.
I can't do
Oh
it.
yeah.
With this, you just can't.
You,
There's literally no
so there's something like there.
Like, there
If
isn't
your own
anything that
chat
can
is
help
calling
you
you
in this
toxic,
game
it's like you
except
should.
skill.
Well, is that his chat or is that Vesper's chat? I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
Like,
either
there
way.
isn't
Either
anything
way.
that can help you in this game except skill.
The frustration is too hard because fighting games are 1v1. There's no team to blame. There's nothing. You can only blame yourself, man. And yeah, of course, every game
So, see,
takes time.
he's
to-
the type, because you know he's playing like first BS. I bet you he's the one like, if his team loses, oh, it's not me.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the common thing. That's like the common mechanism to like to do in those type of games. Like you know,
I like that person.
Yeah. What? Where?
That rowdy Ronnie.
Oh,
no Hanzo to blame.
Yeah. No, I mean that's one of the that's one of the things that is why, you know, people hate fighting games when they're trying to like get good at them and stuff like that for whatever their own goals and stuff like that. It is super frustrating because there's nothing else but yourself, or there's no one else but yourself, and you know, and if that game has good netcode and stuff like that, you know, what are you gonna blame it on at that point? And a lot of people hate it, are not so sort of accustomed to blame it on themselves in video games when it comes to this sort of situation. Like, again, like a lot of people play Fortnite, a lot of people play Apex, a lot of people play League of Legends, Halo, you know, that stuff, and all those things have, you know, teams, people, and other things. You know, especially with Rainbow Six Siege, right, where they can just blame it on the people and they just feel instantly better about themselves. But if in fighting games, if you know you're by yourself, so obviously you can't do that, and that is one of the big sort of key factors as to why, well, yeah, fighting games are hard, because it's all about you. It's all about you If you lose, it's most likely, you know, your fault somewhere. And you gotta work on what? I mean, your mixes or mix-ups and your execution, your footsies, your neutral, your whatever, right? How you know, your ability to pick up on patterns from other players, that sort of thing. But yeah,
also,
go ahead.
I also find it funny. It's like the ones that play a lot of first-person shooters, and then you know, as you said, they have that self gratification or satisfactory when they lose a match. It's not them. They don't blame themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They blame the teammates. But then you and I see it in Apex all the time. Here, kids, Apex is a team game.
Mm-hmm.
But if I see you running like 60 yards away from the team,
try to solo a squad.
try to solo a squad, or you a little chicken and you run away without even, you know, helping out the team in a team fight. I as a player have every right to be mad at you.
Of course. And then that same player that runs off is gonna blame it on us because we weren't there to help him.
Because we're not keeping up.
We're not keeping up, yeah.
Or we suck. It's like
you guys are too slow or whatever. It's like, bro.
it's like bro.
Yeah, but yeah.
I mean, like I had one guy like yelling at me because again, there are certain champions, heroes, legends. They're you know, doesn't refill fast as everyone else. And I had one like yelling at me, "How come your ult is not up? Mine's been up for like 5 minutes." You're playing Octane. His ult is pretty much available every like 2 minutes. Calm down.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and meanwhile, there's people like, you know, Gibby or Bangalore who doesn't quite get it up there as fast. So it's like, yeah. You know.
Or my favorite one was a Watson. What's wrong with you guys? Look, I use the alt acceleration and I go from 0 to 100. It's like, yeah, read your passive.
Yeah, that's Watson. Like,
you're just staring at them like.
Yeah.
Here's her passive. Please read it out loud for for everyone in the classroom.
Yeah.
Including for Billy, who's over there at the end of the corner sleeping.
Let's not forget MMOs either, right? I mean, that's a very much a team-oriented game, and people love to blame on the healer or the supports, right? And maybe it could be the other way around too. Like, oh, I'm healing you guys. Why aren't you guys doing enough DPS or whatever?
DPS.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. And them heard enough from me. Why is it the healer using rescue? Zawa, they don't need to use rescue. Get out of the damn way. No. It's part of their skill set. They need to press that button.
Yeah.
Stop. And then I can just hear it in Faka's voice. Zawa, stop being a bitch. It's like
Yeah. Hold on. Let me scrub through a couple more things. See if
block. Oh, Tatsu.
Hey. The Tatsus, dude.
Like, Courage literally does not know how to block.
Yo, wow.
Yeah, sweep anti-air from Shroud have been on point.
Okay, now he's got the hand pressure. Does Shroud know how to get out though?
Wow.
Oh yeah, Shroud played Ryu a lot. I noticed.
Dude, I thought he was gonna go target combo with it.
Whoa, he's skill too.
And when you think about it,
okay, here we go.
Shotos are the gateway. Like,
yeah, they are. They're supposed to be the all around jack of all trades.
The easy to pick up.
Yeah, they're supposed to be.
The meaties. Oh my god, perfectly timed meaties. That's
sweeps.
crazy. But once again, Shroud doesn't know how to block either. You know, the funny thing is
that's the thing with fighting games. No one blocks.
Yeah, I know.
Not even the professionals.
Yeah, like you can say this. You could make an equivalent in FPS, right? You don't take cover. You just stay out in the open and just try to hope that you are the first one to knock down that person. But no, they
It's
just
like, get on the high ground. No, I can do this. Like, get on the fucking.
like charge up his shield. Heal, damn it. Take cover. I'll I got you. I'll cover you. Whatever. But
Hey, Gibby, throw down your freaking shield.
yeah.
Gibby dies.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're just staring at the ceiling, going like.
Or people who you play Lifeline and don't even throw out the fucking drone. Like, bro. Like I'm low on health. I'm gonna get sneezed on and get knocked down. Like, where my drone at? I'm like tagging the fucking ground. Like, yo, put the drone right here, bro. Like,
they don't know how to read the pings.
I hate that. I mean, hold on. Okay, so let me.
Noko's rant and
Keep going.
Yeah.
seeing this, do you guys think this is gonna make people want to play fighting games? I think it's gonna backfire. I think this makes people not want to play fighting games, to be honest. Vesper, I noticed a lot of players really do not know how to deal with cross-ups. Of course. It's because things like cross-ups sound basic to us because we already play fighting games, but you guys have to understand how weird that is to any other game. Like, okay, look, when Noko was in Trials learning the combos, he was trying to do one of the special moves and we're all telling him it's core circle forward punch, it's core circle forward punch, right? And he's like accidentally doing half circle and stuff, and he finally gets the input right because we see his inputs, and he's like, why is it not coming out? And we're like, oh, it's because you're on the right side now, so now it's core circle back punch. And you should have seen the look on his face, dude. You should have seen the look on his face. It was like, are you kidding me? You're telling me, depending on what side of the screen I am on, changes how I have to do my special moves? It's the same thing with cross-ups. If someone jumps over you, you tell someone how to block. The block, you press back. Right? But if they switch sides on you, you have to press forward. And that sounds simple to us, but that's ridiculous, guys. Why do casuals like hard games like Elden Ring but not fighting games? Because Elden Ring has no execution barrier. This is the thing about fighting games. The execution barrier is what makes it hard. So in order to do a heavy slash in Elden Ring, it doesn't require a core circle forward input. To switch to two-hander and block doesn't require a 360 motion or a 3-frame link. You just press the button. You see the controls, you can do what the controls are instantly without any practice at all. You're able to just play the game out of the box. That's the difference. If you were to pick this up for the very first time without playing any fighting games, and I said to you, do crouching medium kick, cancel on the fireball, you wouldn't be able to do it. You wouldn't even know what I'm talking about. But if I told you who's never played Elden Ring before to switch to two-hand and do a heavy slash, you would be able to do it. That's the thing. I'm trying to really stress the point of execution and not depth. Right? I feel like we're kind of getting both of them confused. I'm not trying to make every other game sound like a baby game, whether it's Devil May Cry or Monster Hunter. You guys keep naming Capcom games, by the way, but, RTS is very deep. And RTS is literally competitively one of the most difficult games.
This person, he's bringing up good points, but along the way, he loses focus, because how did we get from fighting games to RTS?
Well, he's trying to make a point. He's trying to make a point of, how other games are hard, too, He's trying. He even said, I'm not trying to make other games like baby games.
They are baby games. The most hardest game you can ever...
He's not all over the place. He's trying to make a point. Like the whole point of how... Like I said, how other games are hard too.
But it doesn't mean the game is hard to play. You
Every
understand
game
what I'm
is
saying?
baby game. The most hardest game out there is Monopoly.
Oh god.
And
That's another baby game too, technically. But if you want to get into the deep side of things, that's where it gets...
Yeah, deep roots of Monopoly. It's the most hardest game you can ever play.
Execution.
Yeah, I mean, the auctioning and all that stuff.
that you have to
Some
break
people
through.
screwing you over.
The
like, if they
mind
buy that-
games, the mind games too. Sorry. Anyway.
Even do
No,
basic
it's
things.
again, like,
For us, doing
Monopoly.
standing
No.
medium
I
punch,
need that
crouching,
one,
medium punch, Katsu.
that one
Property.
space to
Basic,
Mhm.
that one
to somebody
property.
who's never
Give
played
it
a
to me.
fighting before,
How much money do you
that is
have?
like
Why?
the most difficult thing they'll ever face. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'll sell you for
There
this
could
much.
be, there
But
could be games.
that's like triple the value. I'll sell it for you for this much.
Yeah.
Is like the most difficult thing they'll ever face. That's what I'm trying to say. There could be games much more deeper than Street Fighter V, and I feel like because the execution barrier is so high, it's so difficult for players to even see the depth of the game until they even cross it, you know? And it's a big difference. There is no other genre like that. Racing games are very deep too.
Yeah,
Dude,
same.
I can't even turn corners properly, man. The whole concept of driving on the outside to the
that's a you
inside
thing.
is way beyond
How
my
I learned how
brain.
to do
But I can still
do,
put my foot on the gas pedal
um,
and turn the damn steering wheel.
how to do good turns was a little game called Cruising the USA.
Well, that's a very different game, but the point is that how do you do that better than other people? How do you, especially when you play online, how do you shave off 0.5 milliseconds? You know,
Yeah.
no, exactly, no, that's all what it's about, you know? Yeah. How like?
But then you see like those that just plow through the turn,
well, that's
and
the
somehow
exception.
they beat.
Yeah.
And they somehow like go in front of you, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
wait,
Right.
what?
I mean, there's two. I mean, there's at least two possibilities to that. I mean, one, he's really good, or number two, he's probably hacking. But you know, but that's a different topic. But the point is that you know, yeah, you can enter a corner and get out of a corner just fine.
Yeah.
But when you put yourself against the world, right now, yeah, the world, like now it becomes now the question becomes, how do you do that better than other people? How do you enter this corner better than this person, especially when you're competing against the person currently in first? You know what I mean? Like, you know, again, like the shaving off those milliseconds that's where it gets super hard. You know, it's not so much the execution or doing the turn, it's just all the in-betweens that come with it, right? I mean, in RTS, I mean, yeah, I can point and click this army, you know, in this location, you know, but how do I do it so quickly with this amount of soldiers or whatever, and how do I not die so fast or whatever? I mean, I'm sure there's like a strategy to like the formation and the resources and all this shit, especially in like, you know, StarCraft. As someone who did play a little bit of StarCraft online, like damn, dude, like you know, people can just like get all those fuel and crystals and whatever real fast, and then get these units real fast, especially, you know, depending on who or what faction you pick, like, you know, Terrans or Zergs and Protoss and stuff like shit like that. Like, how do you do that so fast and so efficiently, and how all that stuff, and especially like with the map, right? And map knowledge is a whole nother thing too. Like, how do you get this? How do you get these units so fast across this map, and you know, all that stuff too, faster than this guy? That's where it gets, you know, super hard. So, I mean, it's the same thing with fighting games too. Like, how do I neutral this guy better than, or yeah, you know, or how do I do footsies better than this guy and stuff like that? And that's also where it gets hard. But the problem with fighting games is that, like you said, getting into the fighting game that itself is actually hard too, because of, you know, A, B, and C and shit like that, including the execution, and then just like the fact that you know, the financial side of things too. Like, you gotta buy all this DLC and then all this stuff, and like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just other factors that fighting games have been facing over the years, and that's why it doesn't have too much of a player base as much as like other player bases, like you know, the RTS games, the Fortnites, the Apex Legends, and all that stuff. I think that's where he really wants to try to like point that problem for fighting games. Of course, like, you know, other games are just as hard, but where they get it right is the gateway, you know, how people can get into those kind of games. Yeah, and you know, for me in Apex Legends, I can shoot the guy in the head, but you know, they do it better than me, you know, at times. And that's where it's like, okay, you know, how can I ever find this part of Apex Legends, you know, and especially with like the movement, the fucking getting the cover, and you know, in general, just not dying, you know, that sort of thing, or not getting knocked down, that sort of thing. So, yeah, I mean, it is a bit of a difficult debate, but I think it is interesting, no less. Like, it you know, it does bring up the question, though. It's like, yeah, all these games are hard, but why is it that fighting games in particular kind of have this like problem harder, right, than all the other games? And I think it is because of, you know, fireball motions, cross-ups, frame data, you know, all this stuff too. I mean, what could we do about it? I think it's probably like the next question is, what could we do? What could we do to make this make fighting games attractive for the vast majority? I think that's definitely the $1 million question. Like literally, you know, and that's why you have games like Smash, right? I mean, the execution is not so hard, you know. You just have to push forward and B and then do a special move. You just hit B or neutral B and you're doing a special move, you know. And that, you know, that's why Smash is so popular, because it's overcome those barriers for the most part. You don't have to worry about frame data as much, unless you're like in like top 8 or something like that, which that's like a small fraction, you know. And that's why Smash is like the biggest success in terms of fighting games, next to like, you know, Mortal Kombat and all that stuff. But you know, Mortal Kombat is like, yeah, more of a traditional fighting game that does get other things right, like story mode and just shit to do, shit to unlock, and blah blah blah, right? I mean, but Smash is, you know, for the most part does overcome some of those barriers. And yeah, I mean, it's got cool characters, a lot of them. There is stuff to do, at least to some extent. The execution barrier is definitely minimal, at least. But if you want to get into the deep side of things, that's definitely where it gets hard. You know, with the edge control, real estate, you know, the airspace, and like, you know, the placement of yourself versus the opponent, and then you have to also worry about the neutral and the mix-ups, and you know, and trying to pick up the patterns and everything else like you do in other fighting games and all that stuff. But yeah, it's of course really not the matter of being able to do this action, right? But it's how to do it better than others, and how, for most fighting games, how to even have the person overcome that initial gateway, you know. And which, again, most games don't really have much of a problem with that because of input and whatever, blah 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 and stuff like that. So anyway, sorry to blabber on all about this stuff, but but I think it is. I mean, and feel free to interject if you want to. I mean, if you want to counteract or anything like that, I mean, you know, please go right ahead. But that's what I'm trying to perceive from, at least from Vesper Arcade here. I think he does have points, you know, and I do agree on at least a good number of them. You know, there is a problem with fighting games still. And we can probably even connect that back to the whole free-to-play fighting game thing. That's one other barrier to get rid of, sort of, at the gateway, at least in a way. Although funny, let's see. You know, there's all that talk about fighting games being hard, but we have Imuru doing this stuff.
It's so.
It's with Honda. Hold on. I like Majin Obama's like perspective on it. Hold on. Let me bring it down a little bit.
I wonder if she knows it's something so little. It's so little and so like layer 1. I wonder if she knows how impressive it is to see like a new person doing that. Is this. Watch this. Walk forward block. Walk forward block. 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 Hands punish. Yes. The bulldog. Yes. The fact that she is even at this level, look at this. Smile on her face, executing perfectly. A very like layer 1 game plan like this. Look at that. That smile is priceless.
Oh my god, the hands.
Yes! Oh my fucking god, yes! I wonder if she knows it's something.
Oh yeah, so yeah, this is just a loop backs to the beginning. But yeah, I saw the full clip of Emiro just doing hands with Honda. It was so fucking hilarious. But you know, credit to her, right? I mean, she was able to forward block and punish whenever it was necessary. Yeah, I mean, you know, she got some sweeps or she got swept here and there, but holy crap, like Emiro has a Honda, right? I mean, she can pick up a fighting game and able to do that sort of stuff. But you know, I mean, it is funny to have something like this, and then you have the topic of like, oh, our fighting game's harder, you know, blah blah blah. But you know, there are always the special exception where people can just pick up on things just like that. But you know what's funny though? I mean, I believe she's a speedrunner, if that's right. I mean, are you familiar with Emiro at all? A little bit, yeah. I like same thing here. Like I was familiar with her name a little bit, but I think she's a speedrunner. So it kind of tells me that like speedrunners can pick up on things fairly quickly because like speedrunners are there to exploit all the like things that you can do to glitch the game or whatever. That's how they can like you know, complete the game fast. So maybe that mentality could carry over to fighting games, and you know, I mean, and it could turn out that way. I mean, I guess, but but I think it was just pretty funny, and much kudos to Emiro to just like throw the hands and just, you know, block at the right time, and you know, and do shit like that. Let me see. This one, okay, yeah. So this is just like a scoreboard or whatever. I think this was just like a point system, either that or it might have been an actual bracket, but I mean, you have it. I mean, I guess Jake and Bake had the most points, and then Emiro is like number 14. But yeah, I mean, you know, credit to her for being able to do that with Honda, especially, you know, with Honda being a charge character. That's a step up from, you know, the Shoto, because you know you gotta know how to charge for like what, around 2 seconds ish, and then do your special move from there, and then plus Honda has the hands, which you have to like hit punch buttons like 3 times at least to execute it. So she was able to figure that out while on top of like, you know, forward blocking and punishing and all that stuff, which, you know, again, you know, much kudos to her. Shroud got number 8, which, wow, that's actually pretty impressive, all things considered. You know, him being a FPS guy for the most part. Tim the Tap Man, a little more on the lower end, but you know, hey, that's just what it is. Ms. Kiff got number 13, kind of funny, right above Miru. I don't know, yeah, it was a very interesting case of like just see how non-fighting game players play fighting games, Granted, I have not watched the whole thing. Maybe I'll like plan to one night, but yeah, I don't know. It definitely brought up the discussion of, you know, fighting games are hard and why are they particularly more hard than others, sort of thing. Anything else you wanted to chime in or add anything? Yeah.
We good.
Alrighty. That's pretty much it. Pretty interesting topic to like kind of touch upon, I guess. Now moving on to a different part of the fighting game, we do have a leaderboard for the EVO games so far when it comes to the early bird special so far, and actually pretty interesting. So I'm gonna go down to from number 9 to number 1. So number 9 we do have Skullgirls. Number 8, Mortal Kombat 11. Number 7, we have Melty Blood. 6, Dragon Ball Fighters. Number 5, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. Number 4, Tekken 7. Number 3, King of Fighters 15. Nice. Number 2 is actually Street Fighter 5. And number 1, we got Guilty Gear Strive. So some of them I predicted as much, and I believe I wrote it down too, like just in case, to like kind of make a comparison. Let's see here. And yeah, I wrote down what you said, right? You said that it was going to be between KOF and or Street Fighter when it comes to like the top game, which, you know, that's not too far off. I mean, both of the games are in top 3, which is like, you know, fascinating, all things considered. But we gotta give it to KOF, man. KOF has not been up there for a very long time, and with this new iteration and all the things that they've done right leading up to the release, you know, much kudos to them. To the boys and girls at SNK to develop KOF 15. Happy to see that they are number 3. And meanwhile, we have Guilty Gear Strive being number 1, which, not too much to my surprise, it's done really well, all things considered. As well, to their own, much to their credit. And when it comes to my prediction, I actually said Tekken was going to be number 4, which I actually got right. KOF was going to be top 3. I got that one right. Street Fighter 5 was going to be top, but it's actually number 2, so I was pretty close. And of course, Guilty Gear was in top 3. I didn't say exactly it was going to be number 1, but you know, hey, I was pretty close still. Now, unfortunately, I did say Skullgirls was going to be last, or it was either going to be Skullgirls, Melty Blood, or Grand Blue going to be last, and then MK11 not top 3. That's what I kind of said for MK. But for it to be number 8 actually is kind of to my surprise, right? And then for Grand Blue to beat actually Fighters is actually pretty surprising. That's where it gets pretty interesting, to me anyway. And then Tekken is like, right, it seems like right at the cusp, you know, of top 3, maybe. They don't show the numbers, granted, but what do you think of this ranking so far anyway? This is not final, of course, we have to remember. This is the early bird special. What do you think?
I would be switching some things around, but that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Like the top 5 would be whatever what's there now, except for number 5. I would have put Mortal Kombat there.
Really? Okay.
Or Fighters.
Mm-hmm. I felt like Fighters was going to be a little higher up, but it got beaten by Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, of all things. It's, you know, now it's like more on the lower end, lower half, if anything. Which is, again, surprising. And Melty Blood, you have to consider, Melty Blood beat Mortal Kombat, you know? which you would think it would be a niche fighting game and all that stuff, but it beat Mortal Kombat. But then again, I guess it have to take note of how the MK community is with their games. They're so used to like having a new game like every couple of years and stuff like that. Maybe that's why they are just kind of like so used to just moving on real quickly. Maybe that's why MK11 is on the lower end of things, just because they're just ready to just move on to I don't know, Injustice 3 or Mortal Kombat 12 or whatever it is, I guess. But yeah, there are some interesting things to note, I would say, especially with what beat what, especially with Rambo beating Fighters, all things considered. But again though, I'm happy to see KOF being top 3 for right now. Personally, I did really wanted the game to succeed and stuff like that, and yeah, and they have been succeeding for the most part. They play their cards right, especially what the situation they were in previously, and now they're top 3 in EVO, so that's actually really awesome. And they're keeping up with the big boy with Street Fighter, and of course with Guilty Gear being number 1 is like, yeah, that's also awesome in itself. So I think that's the gist of it. Anything else you wanted to chime in, or were you good?
Let's go, EVO.
Mm-hmm.
Show us fun.
Yes. Do you think this will change by the end of it, by the final leaderboard or anything like that, or you think this would stay the same?
Yeah, I think it's gonna change. Like, they might add some stuff, or hell, what's the word I'm looking for? The mean side of me, I'm believing it might, like, they have their list, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be split.
What do you mean split?
Like, one day will be like this group of games.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. No, yeah,
split.
of course. You can't do this all in one day. Hell no. But
yes, you can. you just don't have you don't have the imagination.
Yeah. I forget.
And probably the bandwidth. You probably might not have the bandwidth.
Uh-huh.
I mean, wait, do they? EVO does pay for their own service, right?
I don't know. I mean, what
for streaming, right? They pay like a separate, or do they go like they use the Bellagio or whatever's internet, like
you mean Mandalay Bay and stuff like that? I think so. I think that's what they have to do. I don't know. That's a good question. Do they use their own thing? I think for the most part they just go off of the hotel's internet quality.
Oh dear.
Which is I don't know. Actually, is a kind of a good question. At least for me anyway, because I am not too known on that side of things. But I can't imagine they have their own servers though. So I have to assume whatever hotel internet they have been provided with. Now, I can imagine they have to pay for the highest tier of the internet service and stuff like that provided by the hotel, but yeah, I don't know. I actually never thought about that. Pretty funny. My other question though is how many games did they have on Sunday when it comes to finals? I forget. Is it like 5? 4?
20.
20, yeah. Yeah. For some reason, right?
Yeah. And they're all going off at once.
Yeah, that's gonna be a shit show if that ever happened. But
I mean, that's why you get all 20 of those games, and then you just shrink, and then you just go like, Oh, okay, what's happening over here?
Oh my
This
god.
one. Oh, shit.
That'd be terrible. Especially for people live, because it's like
Oh
which,
yeah, live commentary. You just hear like 20
yeah.
20 plus just like going at it. It's
Yeah, the
like, oh, God.
commentary, the people, right? Like, it's like, which one do we pick? You know, like to seat in, you know, to watch and stuff. I don't know. It would be so split. Like the arena and stuff like that would be so empty, unless they do it all in the same fucking place. Which again, that would be an awful scenario if we were going to take that route.
Yeah.
It's like one part of the crowd is cheering for the like Tekken 7, and then you hear the other crowd cheering for like the Street Fighter portion. It's like you just have so many voices like all over the place.
I know, like you're in the Tekken like side, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I get, let's just say it's King King versus Jin.
Mm-hmm.
So you know everyone's like getting into it, then all of a sudden you just hear someone say, "Do a fireball!" It's like,
It's like, yeah, but it's for Street
but
Fighter.
it's like fireball.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you hear like on the left side, which they'll be playing Grand Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Do the death roll.
Do the death roll. Oh,
So you want to switch?
yeah.
I think you're in the wrong spot. You want to switch?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that'd be terrible. Although all things considered, well, back on the chart thing. I think this would probably stay the same. Maybe the only thing that would change is probably fighters switching with Grand Blue, but I think that's pretty much it. That's the only call I'll make when it comes to the final leaderboard, I guess, for this EVO. But again, yeah, just to clarify, this is the early bird, so we're not so much out of the woods just yet. I don't know when exactly they'll like close up finally, or as a whole when it comes to signups and stuff like that. So we'll see. Time will tell. All right. So last one, a bit of a quickie one. This one involves with another story mode for Guilty Gear Strive, for those who did buy the season pass and whatever, or who are interested in the story mode. They just released some details. This is coming out about a week from as we record this. A few days once this episode comes out. April 29th.
Funny that when we were playing Guilty Gear that one day,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I thought I bought the season pass. Looks at it. Oh, I bought the costume pass.
Mm.
Bring.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
I did it, boys.
Mm-hmm. I bought the season pass now.
It's like, see, I did have it.
Mm-hmm.
It was just not
Yeah.
purchased.
Yeah. So this is the official website showing some details. It shows some screenshots. It looks like it's mainly focusing on the characters that didn't appear in the previous one. So Ramethal is probably going to be the main character, for example, and like Bedman. There was a screenshot of what? God damn it! Looked like yeah, there you go. That's
Why does he look so interesting without the fucking dumbass whatever he was wearing in Exod?
Well, I think that's. Oh no, this is Dahlia. So that's
Nah, that's still Bitman. That's his other personality. Come on,
personality.
Give it the times.
Yeah. Well,
don't you watch Moon Knight?
I mean, he did mention about his sister, so looks like this is Bedman's sister, and she wants revenge. Because, you know, if you don't know already, Bedman's dead. So.
Wow, somebody likes to screw her.
Jeez.
Well, I'm talking about the screws in her.
Yeah.
In her arms.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're thinking of, sir.
But yeah. Viking will make an appearance.
I just like how it's Biken actually stabbing the chair.
The bed, yeah.
Bed, chair, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ramtha, do you not know the concept of code?
I mean, she's not exactly human,
know.
so but she's
Like,
she's a Valentine.
Do you not understand the concept of code?
Clothes.
You're pretty much like doing the emphasis or the meme of an MMO. How
Yeah.
girl characters, every freaking armor that they wear somehow loses pieces.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and then we see May, Faust.
Is that Chun-Li? I would not be surprised if because I believe that's one of May's crew, right?
Yes, that's pretty much her best friend.
Yeah, her best friend is voiced by Laura Bailey. I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't be so opposed to that.
But like, oh look, it is Chun-Li. She made it, guys.
Yeah.
Here's our crossover.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that would be a good crossover game.
I know, right? Jesus. Maybe we'll get there one day.
But what would the distribution rights would be? Oh, that might be a headache.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
And Delia looks like she's done with everything.
I know.
It's like, like one of those friends you tell a really bad joke and they're like, I'm going home now.
I have a feeling she is going to definitely be in the second pass or the second season pass.
Yeah.
I definitely
because
think.
Again, you cannot just show someone and not expect it to be because again, like as you said, you didn't notice Tempest was there, right? In one of the cutscenes. I mean, not Tempest, Testament.
Testament, yeah. I didn't.
Tempest. Wait,
yeah.
Tempest is somebody else.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Testament. I didn't even know.
You said you went back to watch it. It's like, oh, there he is, or there they are.
There they are.
Or there it is.
I mean, yeah, it depends, but yeah, I mean, they seemingly are going to use these story modes as a way to hint who's going to be in it and stuff like that. But I mean, although granted, this might be the last part of the story, but other than that, now if they do another season, like a season 3 or something, then it's like, much more in the open, like, who's going to be in it, because we don't know anything anymore, because we don't know who's hinted, stuff like that, unless they do that for the end credits. Like maybe that's the hint for the season 3. But right now, Dahlia is probably, I have a feeling now that I see Dahlia, I feel like she's going to be the first character in the season pass, or maybe the second one, but and then instead of Bridget, it's gonna be Dahlia. But if they show Bridget first, damn, that's that would be a seller. Like people are gonna be buying that pass like automatically, But
to the modders out there, when eventually Dahlia comes out, I want you to mod Dahlia's look. Try give her a shaved head. Turn the arrow upside down and make it blue.
Why? No, she could be. No, she could be 11 or not. From or L or whatever from Stranger Things. Like an anime version, almost. I would take that.
Or change for the modders, instead of an arrow, change it to like a different shape.
Oh yeah.
Just to like screw with people. Screw.
Yeah. Anyway, it is coming pretty soon. Probably a few days as this when this video comes out. or this episode comes out, and I'll try to check it out on my own time, of course, because I probably can't stream it likely because Arx is like, don't spoil stuff. So yeah. I look forward to it.
I want to laugh my ass off that season 2 pass. We're gonna see Delia, Bridget,
Dizzy maybe.
Johnny and Dizzy.
I think it's only 4 this time around. Yeah. So that's probably what's gonna happen. Yeah, like you said, like Bridget, Delia, Dizzy, and Johnny, pretty much.
Or they could do like a Hail Mary. So as you said, there's 4 slots, right?
Yeah.
What if one slot is 2 characters in one? like Bridget and Johnny comes out at the same time, but they do not take like 2 slots. It's like
that's Well,
like I'm not saying like it's gonna be one character.
No, yeah. I know what you're saying.
Both of them at once, but
yeah,
they take that one character slot.
Or they could do a free DLC character in between.
That's what I said before, but
I mean, well, you're just saying taking up one slot though. I mean, you didn't. I mean, I get what you're saying. It's just like, you know, they could do what they did. Yeah, they could do what they did with, or SNK did with Omega Rugal. Like they'll just have the one free character or whatever, and yeah, and then you still have the 4 DLC characters and such. I don't know if they'll come out at the same time. That's where it differs, but it could be in between. It could be right before season 2. It could be right after season 2. Yeah, but yeah.
Or well, if you're going with a free character, the free character like idea.
Well, maybe
give me Abba.
Abba.
Just out of nowhere, give me Abba, so I can fucking just yell at my wife and go like, "Hey, she's back!
Yeah,
fuck you."
Yep.
Because Abba was one of my mains. But if they bring back Justice, which I don't know how they can in story-wise, she's out of commission. In technicality.
Yes.
But if they bring back another one they can do as a freebie, but then again they have to find a new voice actor or Seiyu, is Slayer.
Yeah.
But again, we already have a zombie. We already have a vampire. But again, you cannot go away from the OG.
He appears in the end credits anyway, so he's not out of the picture.
So maybe that's a hint that
he's
back, or
he will be.
Maybe
back.
it's his maid that fights for him.
Oh, his mistress. Yeah.
Mistress, maid.
Yeah.
And she does the same blocking hammer. She's like,
Yeah.
It's like, don't touch me.
I mean, that is possible for Slayer being a free character because like they don't. It would seem like they wouldn't have to do much with him. Just make him fit into the strive mechanics and like the wall breaking combo and stuff like that. But and then don't even like change up his design too much. So maybe that's why he'll be free, possibly. They could do the same thing with Johnny, technically, but I feel like Johnny will have to be a separate character within, or he has to be a DLC character because I feel like they want to change him the most, I feel, when it comes to the next set of characters. Because Johnny has the mist, he has the coin thing, so I feel like they are going to try to like change him up just for the sake of changing things up a bit, making things interesting. But with with Slayer, it's like, what can you do? He's supposed to be the melee guy. He's supposed to be the fists type of guy, and legs too. But he's supposed to be the fighter, the brawler. So you can't really change too much about him in that aspect. But when it comes to Johnny, You know, he's more in that realm than anything. You could, I mean, and the same thing could be said for Dizzy. You know, Dizzy could be different, at least in some ways, than one. Bridget has to be different, right? So that's why, especially for Just Strive, and how much of a jump there is between the last game he was in and Strive. So that's why Bridget does warrant the DLC sort of I guess standards or privilege or something like that, if that makes sense. But again, who knows when it comes to who will be in the next DLC and stuff like that. And yeah, and I'm pretty sure this will have end credits of sorts, and will give more hints of who's going to be in the future in the future of the roster. So yeah, we'll see. I'll definitely check it out because, you know, I have the pass, so why not? I am interested in the lore, as confusing as it is, but I try to keep up. So, what we don't have to keep up so much is the Cyberpunk DLC, Cyberpunk 2077, because this is coming out in 2023 now, as a lot of people expected for this to come out this year for some reason. But CD Projekt Red provided some sort of list of what they're doing right now. And it basically says development work on Cyberpunk 2077 expansion, development work on a new Witcher game based on Unreal Engine 5, further support for Cyberpunk, development work on the next gen version of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, development work at the Molasses Flood on an unannounced project based off of one of our franchises, launch of a spin-off to Gwent, the card game Witcher, further support for Gwent, and The Witcher Monster Slayer. I believe those are both mobile games, I think. Anyway, and a conceptual and research work for unannounced projects. That's pretty much the current forecast of things at CD Projekt Red. So yeah, not much is going on with Cyberpunk. I mean, it seems like, you know, they're really trying to focus on the future shit instead of trying to really fix up Cyberpunk. I think they just have like minimal staff for Cyberpunk now, and then they're trying to like focus on, you know, The Witcher and whatever projects they have. But yeah, it's just kind of what it is, you know. I mean, I guess I'm okay with it since you know, I can wait, and there are other games for me to play. You know, that's just kind of where I'm at right now with Cyberpunk. I'm just kind of like indifferent for right now, unless I see the expansion for it, then that can make or break my return of interest or whatever. So for the game, and then here's a comparison of what the roadmap was keyword was for Cyberpunk. Unfortunately, I can't really zoom in into it, but this is the first one, I think. So this was like very ambiguous as to what was going on. Like there was supposed to be like free DLC and all that stuff, but we didn't get free DLC during 2021 and even early parts of 2022. It was just a bunch of fixes the entire time. And then this is what the second one, I think it was, which I wasn't even aware of, but here it is. Now it just says multiple patches and updates for the bottom part, and then it does still say free DLCs, and then the next gen editions for the game, which yeah, that did happen, but the DLC part not so much. It was just more patches and hot fixes and stuff like that. So now this is what it kind of looks like here, which I know this is looking a little tiny here, but basically now it only says on the top part it says the next gen update, and in the middle right here, in the black, it says updates and free DLCs for Q1 2022, which at this point not looking so much of a thing anymore, because we're out of Q1. We're like just starting to get into Q2 ish, since we're in April. So yeah, I mean, what's going on with the DLC, right? So now I think that DLC or whatever is the expansion, and then now it's slated for 2023. So yeah, you know, that is the situation of things for right now for Cyberpunk. I can personally wait, but I can see the disappointment, you know, because again, Cyberpunk was supposed to be like that big fucking milestone game, but you know, with what all the things that we've seen at this point, you know, we all know what happened, and yeah. So anyway, hopefully, I mean, you know, hopefully it'll get like a No Man's Sky sort of treatment, you know, and it'll be back on its feet. But it was a huge missed opportunity for Cyberpunk, unfortunately. Yeah. Hopefully the same thing will happen with the Witcher game, with the Unreal Engine 5, which I've heard when it comes to going from, I think you said it too, going from Unreal Engine 4 to 5 is an easy jump, or Unreal in general is easy to work with. And then previously they were using the what is it called, the Red engine or whatever, the in-house engine they had for Witcher, and then try to use the same thing for Cyberpunk, but you know, too ambitious for the engine, I think, was what was happening, and also like poor management, blah blah blah, whatever, you know. But anyway, that's just where we're at right now with Cyberpunk. Any comments before we move on? All right.
Just more like on the cusp of good luck, Project Red.
Yeah, especially with the Witcher stuff, all the other projects you're doing, I guess, and then Cyberpunk still. You know, hopefully things aren't too troubling at the company. But what's been looking like trouble is Nintendo, unfortunately. But something has come about from Nintendo, potentially. Now, this is all just allegations for right now, but there was that complaint from somebody who was let go from Nintendo of America, more specifically, because they've people were trying to file a complaint, or somebody filed a complaint labor-wise, and they were trying to, I guess, form some sort of union within Nintendo of America, or just Nintendo in general. So Nintendo of America. And Nintendo tried to answer back with a union busting thing and prevent from any unions forming within the company. So I think they're being investigated right now, and I guess more stuff is going to develop since this just happened, or yeah, this is starting to happen, or starting to come to light as of recent, as we talk about this. And of course, there's a reminder of the National Labor Relations Act of 1935, where workers have the right to organize and form collective bargaining units to discuss wages in terms of employment. So yeah, basically, unions can happen, or they shouldn't be busted. Let's just put it that way. Same thing has happened with Blizzard, Activision Blizzard. So Nintendo now is starting to be put under that same sort of scope potentially. Of course, this is all allegations, so we don't know if this is all true or not. But this story has been popping up in a lot of places, so it is. I guess it's worth mentioning, right? So, anything from you, Zawa, on this one? Rolling the eyes, yeah.
It's more it's rolling the eyes and doing the Robert Downey Jr. meme when he's like this.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's like, how many times do like corporations have to get it? Like, there's stop running your workers to the ground. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's just really money and like the lack of awareness when it comes to how workers actually feel about that, and not.
And it's also because, like, with workers, they're afraid to speak up because, you know.
Yeah.
You say something that's against, you know, like, they'll pretty much make the company look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Some companies ain't gonna change. They're just gonna cut the problem before, you know, fixing anything.
So they'll just let go of that employee, pretty much, which happened here. Someone filed a complaint about labor stuff, and that person got let go. Especially this person is a part of a union that's trying to form within Nintendo, I believe. So, and then now the allegation is that they're trying to union bust within the company. So they're trying to prevent any, allegedly trying to prevent any unions forming within the company. But yeah, hopefully, this works out for the workers. If this is true, of course, right? Of course, I'm always, always for the people and stuff like that. And people can get what they ask for, but it's definitely again, if this is all true, this definitely won't be an easy battle, because as always with these big corporations versus the people, the workers, and unions and stuff like that. It's been a kind of an ongoing issue with some companies as of late, especially with Activision Blizzard, which they've very much have been under fire with other stuff. Still, that one's still an ongoing battle. Hopefully with Nintendo, with this one, does not come out with any other news like, this guy was touching me in inappropriate places, that sort of thing. Hopefully hopefully that doesn't come up either in the light of like the union busting stuff. Hopefully it doesn't escalate to that sort of situation. But we'll see. I mean, like, I wouldn't be too surprised since this is a big corporation, right? But I would also be very disappointed with Nintendo. But then again, as of late, like, Nintendo has been doing some very questionable things with their products, and they have a very questionable view on things. Going to another topic, I guess, for a little bit, like when it comes to their products, like the limited time thing with the Mario collection is like, and how they have been handling their online service, and with the whole expansion thing in that situation, the lack of emulation on their part. So that's why people are pirating and emulating their own thing with Dolphin and all that stuff. And they're just like questioning, like, what? Oh, but why? All that stuff. So things have been kind of been rattling with Nintendo again, unfortunately. But one last reminder, though, this is an allegation, so we don't know if this is all true or not. But we'll see. But it seems to be a common thing with this huge corporations. And especially with like like Amazon and stuff like that. That's I believe there was a situation of that, at least at some point, with the warehouse workers and versus the company and stuff like that. At least in some states. I don't think as a whole, that it escalated to that point. But I mean, well, I don't know. We'll see about that part. But anyway, that's the gist of it for Nintendo. With these union busting allegations, we'll see what comes about it later on. All right, where we're at right now? Almost 2 hours. Yeah, it sounds about 5,000. 8,000 hours later. That's like a whole year. I forgot what the exact number was. It was like 8,256 or something like that, or some weird number. I used to like remember that stuff.
It's the number of the gods.
Yeah. I used to like remember stuff like that as a kid randomly. I know it's 365 days, 52 weeks, but when it comes to hours, I forget. It's around 8,000. I know that much. But anyway, let's get into the game's news. We can go through these.
Good news, everyone.
Yes. Well,
this is suppository.
Yep. Starting with a leak. Apparently, there's a leak with what appears to be an emulation for the Game Boy games, the Game Boy Advance games to be specific, for the Switch, possibly hinting that the Game Boy Advance games will appear in the Nintendo Switch Online, possibly. Not much to go off of, but yeah, it's just it could be, something else, or maybe something, but take this with a grain of salt, and that's all there is to it. Anything you got, Zawa? Any comment? Do you hope to see a Game Boy Advance library to happen, I guess, for at least for the Switch?
I do, but it's never gonna have the game that I want. Or the game series.
Which is?
Metabots.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. Especially with the licensing process. That's a whole...
I found my Ricochet version. I can't find my Metal B version. I'm sad about that.
Damn. Fuck. I forget they did the double version thing, yeah. Same with Battle Network for Mega Man. They always had like 2 versions or something. Try to do the whole.
I am kind of curious how much the Ricochet version is. Like, Ricochet. Well, he's highest. Well, if you had the box and unopened, it's $750. I only have the game, so I'm looking at lowest $6, $22. In that range. Not bad.
Not bad.
Okay, how much is Metabee? Metabee is going to be the one that...
Probably.
Wow. Same price. Huh? Wow. Wow. I guess I'm going to buy something tomorrow.
There is something going. There is a piece of news that's going to make you go wow. Is I guess this is a thing now. This is official, but it started off as rumors, as I saw, and this is a pretty random crossover between Call of Duty's Warzone and the MonsterVerse, but more specifically Godzilla, with this thread of stuff from for the collaboration, which again I thought was like an elaborate fake or whatever, but I guess it is a thing. Maybe.
But why though?
Yeah, I mean, this is from Kaiju News Outlet, so maybe this is an actual thing, but it says the battle begins May 11th. It's just a Warzone event with Operation Monarch. This is more specifically the Godzilla versus King Kong crossover, or movie crossing over with Warzone. Which I don't understand. I mean, there's no details about it. So are the kaiju gonna be like the background or something, or are we fighting the kaiju? Like, what the fuck's going on?
Nah, we fucking it.
Not
I like how some people. I already saw a trailer.
Wait, there's a trailer?
Yeah, there's a trailer or stuff. Let me go.
Okay.
Or just go on YouTube and type in Godzilla, Godzilla
Call of Duty.
collab.
Yeah.
Call of Duty. Like, it looks nice, but I'll let you, cause you like cinema, right?
Of course.
Okay. Did you put Call of Duty?
Oh yeah, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. Wow, it didn't spark up for you.
Maybe if I type Warzone. Wait, isn't that a fake trailer? Is it?
I wish it was fake. Or just go on to IGN.
IGN.
Yeah.
Oh, is it on IGN? Okay.
It's a teaser trailer.
Okay.
The Snoop Dogg one, I'm happy about. Right there, next to D&D Derek.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'll let you watch it because I've seen it, and I'm gonna ask you a question after you watched it.
Okay.
Something far more powerful and fearsome than anything we could ever hope to comprehend.
Wow. What the fuck?
Keep going. Keep going.
So weird.
Okay. Let's go with the small question.
Uh-huh.
One, what's wrong with Godzilla?
Well, the first thing I noticed was the roar being different.
Good, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing, Godzilla's roar is actually, I believe, it's either copyrighted or something like.
Mm-hmm.
You
Like
got paid a lot
trademarked.
because- there you go. It's trademarked. His roar is, or Legendary's Godzilla roar is trademarked, just like how
Toho. Mm-hmm.
Toho's, but freaking people uses Toho's version because I don't know why it's so easy to just grab it and then just fiddle with it.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest question for this trailer: what's lacking? It's a giant C word.
Call of Duty. Like, where?
No, not Call of Duty.
Oh, is it
It's another C word.
another C word?
Like, go back a little in the trailer.
Like,
Yeah, right there when they're about to fight.
Uh-huh.
What's lacking? What's lacking from this shot or this whole trailer?
What's lacking from this trailer? Is a C word?
It's a C word. It's something that we see every day.
What, color?
Yes. Look how fucking... It's like they hit the gray filter on it. Like someone put it on Twitter. It's like, this looks like the first Godzilla, 2014, because you know how fucking gray that movie is. Like,
or to me, it's like brown, but yeah, what? Yeah. Mm.
And then when you have like King of the Monsters and King Kong versus, there's fucking color. This is like hello. Like you want to go there and go. Again, it looks like someone hit the gray filter, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
And if that's how the event's gonna be, it's gonna be hard for players to see things.
Yeah, see, or
like,
just get
I'm
into.
I'm just gonna fucking believe that if you're playing this, you're gonna bump up like the gamma or the fucking brightness to just like see where the hell you are.
Well, there you go. But
I was like, why did you like it?
I know. Yeah, I was trying to.
What's wrong with you?
I was trying to scroll down, and I hit the thumb by accident. I can't wait to see Godzilla with the MP5 in hand. Like what? Why? What is this? Like, first off, I mean, the only thing COD related was just the plane, but this looks like a standalone, like fucking Godzilla game or something. And then it's like, oh, like right at the end, oh, Call of Duty, or, you know, whatever.
Yeah, like what are you gonna? How are these two? Are they gonna be like objectives? Like once they show up on screen, whoever because obviously you cannot kill them. So whoever repels them the fastest gets bigger points. Or is it gonna be like what are they called? Like you accumulate points and then you can cash out.
Oh, like score streaks or kill streaks?
Yeah.
Maybe?
I mean, I can see it like that. Like, if you get, like, I want to say a 10 kill streak, then you get to summon Big Daddy Zilla or
Kong, yeah. Yeah.
And are they just going to be, like, there, like, and gone? Or are they going to be, like...
Yeah, like, constantly there, like, yeah. Yeah, this person kind of sums up my fucking questions. Like, it says, what does that actually mean? Will they be fighting in the background? Can you kill them? Can they kill you? Can you play as them? What? Like, we don't really see, like, any beyond just, oh, they just appear in a collaboration. But, yeah.
I like this one. It's somewhere more lower in the comments. COD employee. Right. For this week, let's fix all the servers, broken guns, and really crack down on hackers. Little Timmy in the corner. We should have a Godzilla vs. King Kong crossover event. Oh my god, you're right.
Oh man. So
okay, I guess fuck the players right now.
I guess it is real after all, but this is something you would see like on April Fool's Day. Oh, but they kind of missed the mark by 20 days. 21st.
Like I think, and this is the sadistic side of me. I think this collaboration is Activision's like, we need money because these court cases are...
Oh my god. I hope not.
You know Activision's fucking drowning. You cannot tell me that they're not drowning. Same as Blizzard.
I mean, they still have money. They still have money, but it's just that
they have money, but they're not swimming in it. They're drowning.
I mean, oh, I mean,
just like how Blizzard right now with their next expansion, which I was asking Afro because Afro used to play. Afro dude used to play. Wow.
Wars,
I was like,
yeah, what?
I was like, didn't the dragon aspect just pieced out in the story? Why are they back? See, to me that this expansion for, I mean, I might be reading it too big, but to me it's like, wow, Blizzard, this expansion is like your holy shit. We don't know where we're going with the story anymore. Again, part 5. Electric Boogaloo to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, like, I do want another Godzilla movie, or not movie, game.
Yes.
In the retrospect of, the Destroy All Monster games that we had on the GameCube and PS2 era,
Mm-hmm.
which they tried to bring back on the PS4, but it didn't receive well because servers and the gameplay was like chunky as fuck.
Right.
But I don't know how to feel about this. Like,
Me neither.
like this should have been like out during like
Yeah.
when the movie was
Mm-hmm.
like out. and
Yeah,
stuff, but I guess because licensing issues and only now they were able to settle on a fee. I don't know.
I guess so. Meanwhile, you got the court case going on, right? So
Yeah, that's why again, like the sadistic size of me is just saying like, wow, this is your please help us pay our bills.
yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, am I gonna come back to Warzone? No, but I'll definitely like just watch it on YouTube, like of how it works.
What
But
do you mean? You have the memory, the storage to
yeah,
finally play Call. I mean, that's what the SSD is there for, right? To just house.
yeah, oh yeah, just for Call of Duty, just for Call of Duty, man. I love that game
just to
so
house
much. I love
you
that
have
game.
to have its own dedicated
Memory card. Yep.
Yep.
That's what it is. It's just a memory card. Remember those from back in the day?
Yeah, I still have what's my biggest? I think the biggest was what, on 120 gigabyte? No, it was 500 something, right?
You mean megabyte, like 500 something.
Yeah.
Oh man.
See, kids, when you had a PSP, those memory cards.
Oh yes.
or memory those memory sticks.
Oh, the
was
Sony ones.
life. It was life.
Those are awful though, because they only made them exclusively for Sony products. Like you can't, like the Sony products could not take any other memory card except for the ones in house.
Yep.
That's why I hated working with like Sony cameras. But I did because the quality at the time was really good. But then luckily everything else got better.
Found, well, for me, I had like a lot of like good price Sony cameras, and then my sister was like, I have a Nikon and a Canon. They're actually a little better, and I was like, this bitch, she holding valuable information from me.
Funny. Well, anyway, this is a very strange collaboration. I mean, not so strange in the sense that yeah, it's a military genre with Godzilla and stuff like that, but it's strange for in a more specific context because it is Call of Duty. And with how the game works with Warzone, like the fuck are these two going to be doing? Like fighting in the background, or are they going to be score streaks, or can we have a Godzilla costume? I mean, Godzilla skin or King Kong skin? I mean, if we're going to be real, I think people are going to be going for Godzilla because it looks funny to have Godzilla with a gun, but but I think there's just going to be set pieces in the background, or just like, I don't know, they're not gonna really contribute much to the gameplay other than just a coat of painting. But I mean, I could be wrong.
Why not? Instead of Godzilla using his atomic breath, he fires like a giant ass RPG at you.
You just see Godzilla just loading up a giant RPG in the
He's
background.
like, no, he doesn't even use one. Or it's just like one tiny one, like.
Oh yeah, just the actual like.
But that tiny one actually like wipes out the whole map. He's like, tink.
Mm-hmm. Or just Godzilla chucking a fucking grenade.
That's the size of the moon.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fucking scary.
Yeah.
And then you just see King Kong. Is the weapon in Call of Duty? I forget. It keeps forgetting what it's called. It's like a shovel.
A shovel?
I forgot what it.
I mean, I think there's multiple melee weapons if you're if that's what you're trying to reach to.
The trifold shovel or E2. I don't know. It's like a weapon, but I forget what. It's basically a shovel, but it has like different purposes.
Right.
Entrenching shovel.
Oh, okay. Maybe for the melee weapon they'll have the axe from Godzilla vs Kong, right? You know, that one axe. Maybe what if that was the only thing relating to the collaboration? There's no Godzilla in the background. There's no King Kong in the background. It's just the one melee weapon. You know, that'd be so stupid.
No, it'd be so funny that it's not them all super big. It's just that if you play enough games, you unlock their skin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, is it gonna be a skin? Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I would love to see like a human-sized Godzilla just running.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah,
across your screen, and you're like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, especially it'd be hilarious to see a Godzilla's, you know, across the map with guns, stuff like that. And I'm sure they have emotes, so they'll do like the emote thing. But yeah, Operation Monarch, huh? Like, yeah, I love Godzilla and all, but this, I'm not sure, man. I'm not so sure.
It's not cash money, guys.
Yeah, this is very not much very cash money. But yeah, I guess it's a thing. Got a trailer and everything, so hopefully it won't look like that in terms of color. Like, hopefully there's just going to be more color. We'll see, I guess. God, if it was fucking like blue and gray, well, yeah, like if it's like grayish and shit like that, that'd be so awful. Anyway, what's not so awful is that now we get a finally getting a release date for Digimon Survive. Yay! It's July 28th.
It's been 84 years.
Mm-hmm. For PS4 and Switch. It is not yet clear whether this is a simultaneous global launch. So July 28, 2022 for Japan. But if we take a look at this, I believe. All from Nebelian, by the way. There is a YouTube video with the producer update.
皆さんこんにちは。デジモンサバイブのプロデュー
皆さん
スを担当
こんにちは。
しています
You would never show up again.
デジモンサバイブにつきましては、続報を長らくお待たせしてしまい、誠に申し訳ございません。本作をお待ちいただいている、デジモンファンの皆様に、この場を借りて
Exciting news!
長らくお待たせしておりました、デジモンサバイブの発売日ですが、2022年7月29日に、
Oh, this is 29th here.
これから
Which
発売日に向け
does make sense if it's the rest of the world.
メディアでお届けしてまいりますので、ぜひチェックしてみてください。 引き続きデジモンサバイブをよろしくお願いいたします。
It seems like that's what the date is for us, so it seems like it's going to be, for the most part, a simultaneous release. Which, of course, I'm all for. So we get a date. We got a date, man. Finally. Looking forward to the game. Hopefully it's fun to play at least, and not mostly a visual novel simulator. We'll have to see about that, though. But that's pretty much it. I mean, do you have anything to say? Got any comments?
A lot of people are questioning why it's a visual novel.
Oh.
And I'm like, why the fuck not? Do you not like to read?
I don't know.
It's a mixture of a visual novel and a tactical RPG.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which I like. Let's see. I don't know. Okay, yes, I would love Digimon World 1 to have like a return.
Oh, yeah.
Reboot. Holy crap, I will lose myself. But if they don't have my husband in this game, I might not buy it.
Now, is it Black War Greymon or...
No, that's Daddy.
I see. Oh, this is a Japanese website. But well, it says according to an early magazine leak, but yeah, I mean, we just saw from the video, yes, it's going to be releasing. Well, why does it say rad? What the fuck? Why is that the game listed on the thing? That's so weird. For this is officially from, oh my god, they put that new logo in there. Oh my god, why? Anyway, why did they put rad as the game listed there? That's so weird. Is it rad? Is that why? Is that what you're telling me? I don't know. Anywho, that is Digimon Survive. Can't wait for it. Hopefully for end of July. So we can all finally look forward to it. That also means this summer is going to be pretty stacked. If that's true also. So all the more games for summer, which is awesome. I'm all for it. Quick little news: Xenoblade 3 is releasing earlier than expected. In fact, it is actually coming out. Which, in fact, is actually coming out the same day as Digimon. Which is kind of hilarious, actually.
See, if you presented me with these two games at the same time, it's like, Xeno or Digimon? I'm just gonna be like, Digimon. What about Xeno? Just swatted.
Like, I mean,
go away.
You haven't been playing the recent Xenoblade games, have you?
Nope. The only Xeno game I ever played from start to finish was Xenosaga.
Ah.
Cosmos.
Yeah.
Back in the PS2 era, baby.
Jeez Louise. I mean, it looks
I should play like the one with Shulk.
Uh-huh.
But I would not be able to handle myself listening to the voice cast.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure there's Japanese voices for
Yeah,
it.
there's Japanese. But come on, you play those games for the English.
Yeah. It is a different experience for sure. Of its own in its own right. But yeah, I mean, just thought I'd bring this up since it is earlier than expected. Even Nintendo says sooner than expected. So I hope that doesn't backfire.
It will. It will backfire.
It'll have like bugs and shit.
Like me eating chili.
Like the T-posing. I've been seeing a lot of the fan art when it comes to the chick with the angel wings on her head. I've seen a lot of that on my timeline. Meanwhile. But yeah, anyway, same day as Digimon, so I thought it was funny to see that. But I know what I'm gonna be playing. I'm gonna be playing Digimon for sure. Which I mean, yeah, probably gonna be the lesser of the two, but who cares? I want to get into that game more than Xenoblade. Maybe Xenoblade will be a later date. I mean, it does look neat, but I don't know. Xenoblade. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. One of the last ones for the game's news is Sonic Origins. This was pretty cool. I like the trailer for this one. Nice animation. I think this is also coming. No, I think this is coming in June. I think it was. But it's basically a collection, remastered, of course, but vastly remastered. It's got new cutscenes, new characters, I think. I could be wrong on that part, but there's some new additions in here, like the music and stuff like that. But yeah, it is for the classic fans. Yep, new cutscenes that are animated. Yeah, June 23rd. On all major platforms. And right, there was a weird discrepancy with the chart, which I do want to bring up somewhere. Maybe it's straight from Sega. Let me see. Yeah, there was some sort of like chart. Let me see. It might be over here on the website. Let me see. Ah, here we go. So this is kind of like one of the most confusing ones, sort of. Like, there's a bunch of them. There's a Start Dash pack, which has free DLC included with the pre-order of Standard or Digital Deluxe. That will give you 100 coins. Wait, why are they called coins? Shouldn't it be called rings? Okay, anyway. Mirror mode, which is unlockable in the game. And a letterbox background, which is weird. When it comes to the premium fun pack, that will come with hard missions, letterbox background, character animation in the main menu, camera controls over the main menu islands, and character animations during music islands. And I guess for the classic music pack, it just has additional music tracks from Genesis and Mega Drive, and then of course with all the Digital Deluxe Edition, it has all these. Which I want to see how much that is, just out of curiosity. That is 45 bucks, or yeah, 45 bucks in comparison to the standard version, which is 40 bucks. Oh, okay. A little weird, all things considered, but huh. I don't know, it's just like, it's a bit of a clusterfuck, but basically Yeah, the digital deluxe edition comes with everything, and then the fun pack has these things and that thing, whatever. Weird. Maybe they could have done the chart a little better, but the fact that they're calling it coins is a little weird for a Sonic game. But other than that, the game itself seems pretty cool for the people who love the classic Sonic. Maybe I'll get into it at some point because I have actually never played the classic Sonic games. I've played the Game Boy Advance games, so I'm not entirely unfamiliar with the 2D stuff. But I've never played the classic one, so this could be a good opportunity for me to do so, to get into the classic era of Sonic. And probably, I don't know, maybe probably I'll get the $45 one because got everything, I guess. But I'll definitely look into the comments and see what the optimal buy is. Although this does baffle me a little bit. It's like, so I'm paying extra money just to have like little extra bits at the main menu. Really? Huh. Weird. But yeah, the music, of course. I mean, I'll buy it for the music, I guess. Because it's only $5 more anyway.
You know, they really want to sell this game. They throw in Crush 40's Live and Learn. People won't buy this game like hotcakes.
It's the wrong era, son.
I know, but you just throw that in, people will be like, "Oh, Crush 40."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, it does make me want all the remasters of the 3D games, right? Like Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, and then Sonic Heroes, and all the other ones from like even like Shadow the Hedgehog.
This man, he wants
Other way.
this man. He wants 06 too.
We'll cut it off at the PS3 era.
I like how you're like, wait, I made a mistake. The door has been opened. Close it up.
Yeah. But I mean, this year, Sonic fans have been eating pretty good. You know, the movie came out, there's Sonic Origins, and then there's Sonic Frontier later on. Even, I don't know if Sonic Prime is going to come out on Netflix this year, but it's around the corner, kind of. Ish. We'll see on that part, but this is the year of Sonic, man. So I'm mostly for it. I don't know about the extra little monetization of this stuff, but the main game is still there. It's $40 for the most part. When I put in a little extra, I guess, then it's up to you, I guess. That is the gist of it. So Sonic fans are eating good, and Godzilla fans are kind of just left confused. It's like, what? Why don't we get our own game? Like, what the fuck? Especially with Unreal Engine 5. Like, holy shit. Godzilla with Unreal 5? Ain't that something to behold someday? Hopefully. We'll see. But now, lastly, this is what Zawa added into the docket last minute-ish, is the collaboration, speaking of which, between Final Fantasy and Uniqlo. For those who don't know, Uniqlo is a Japanese company of clothing. They're known to have like very light clothing at modest prices usually. Very, very quote-unquote refreshing is the word for it. Which in Japan is like sappari or something, I believe. Which is like, light, refreshing. It's not so bulky-ish kind of sort of thing.
Yeah.
And they have like t-shirts available. Which, oops, sorry about that.
I mean, now you can show it off. One of them.
Yeah, one of them. Well, I guess we can start with that one. I mean, this one.
This is FF3.
Mm-hmm.
So these shirts ain't gonna be up for sale till mid-May, everyone. So
Oh, okay.
head on to Uniqlo to like browse like which FF series you're gonna be buying, and then
Mm-hmm.
apparently there's a special gift with purchase, which to be announced. So if you scroll up for the kids, right
Oh,
there. I don't know what it is because we cannot click it and
yeah. It just
says
says limited edition cards. So it looks like they're either playing. Yeah, they're playing cards. Okay. Because I can see like the ace and like the diamond and stuff like that. Looks like they're playing cards. At least for this picture, anyway. The other one, I don't know. It's like a poster or something. I'm not too sure. The one on the bottom, is that a playmat? I'm not too sure either. That is a playmat. I kind of want it, but we'll see. Kind of want it.
And it's also fun that it's not stopping at the current Final Fantasies. It's actually going up to 16.
Oh, is it really?
16 has its own shirt, which kind of like makes you think like, wait, what? Why?
Mm-hmm.
I already have 3 shirts in mind, so that's like 20 a piece, so $60. But again, these shirts are to me because I bought a lot of Uniqlo, like the Monster Hunter collab that they had, and
Nice.
that collab's like I want to say 3 years old, and the colors are still vibrant, so it's good quality. And as you said, like their shirts are like breathable,
light, refreshing, sort of.
Yeah, they're not heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So the shirts that I'm interested will be FF6, 10, and 14. Good luck trying to find them.
Yeah. Not gonna go through
10,
all.
10 is 10 is the black one to the left.
Oh, okay.
And then 14 is the one all the way to the right.
Okay.
Yep. And then 6 is scroll up, right there. The gray shirt.
Wait, oh, here. Okay.
I was like, that's black, honey. I mean, I know they're.
Well, I saw the gray thing on the logo. What is that?
That's 16.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want to look how 16 looks, as a graphic designer, it looks. Oh, so you can hit the arrows to see the next.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right here. See the logo? Oh, there's a logo on the bottom. That's kind of neat.
There you go.
Oh, I see. Oh.
I mean, as a graphic designer, like, I like how it. I think that's Ifrit's tail or horns. I like how it's framed in there. Like it's like that space is not wasted, but I wish it was like scooched a little bit to the right and then scooched down.
Is it his horns? Is it? Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, because that's okay. Now I can see this.
That's his mouth.
That's the mouth. Yeah, okay. That's the mouth, head, and neck. Okay. All right. Neat.
So something for the kids and yourself if you love Final Fantasy.
Of course. Yep. Again, they're 20 a piece. That's kind of standard-ish prices for shirts. For graphic shirts, I mean, with some sort of
with these
franchises stuff, collabs. But I kind of wish they did more than shirts. Like I wish they had like jackets or something like that, or like hoodies at least. But it's
underwear.
Just.
I said underwear is like.
I mean, like sweatpants or something like that. Maybe even socks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's only for t-shirts. It looks like for right now. Or not right now. I mean, they always do shirts for like a lot of these collabs. They done it for One Piece. They done it for Naruto, I think. They done it for a lot of franchises and stuff like that. Brands, other brands, Miyazaki stuff, of course. You know, so on and so forth. Yep. Pretty neat. Oh yeah, they done it for Street Fighter, of course. One of the recent ones. Which, those were a little more on the meh side to me, personally. I like the art that came with it better. Like the promotional art. Those were actually kind of fun to look at. Especially with, like, Ryu just smiling. Like, yeah, that glee, you know? Which is something unusual for Ryu himself. But anyway. But that's pretty much it for the games news. Now we can dive into the last bit of things. So, quickly on this one, a little bit of an update for
lightning round, kids.
For Ezra Miller. Yep. It's so weird because they are out of jail already. It looks like after the second arrest, quote unquote. I guess it's very brief, so it could be a lookalike or. Oh God, I'm not playing that audio, but it looks like him. He's got the, or excuse me, they have the jawline and everything, so it looks like them. It's so weird because like there's a news feed from a TV from a store or something, and then you just turn around and there's said criminal that just got out of jail. So looks like they were out on bail or something, I guess. It's just so weird. It's such a weird like sequence. Like, can you just imagine? So this is still in Hawaii, yeah? Because that's where it took place. So weird. So weird, man. I did not know you can get out of jail that quick, but I guess that comes with having money, maybe? I'm not too sure. But any comment for this situation?
I have a lot to say, but I'll hold it in and just say, ha!
Okay. I mean,
Next.
is that for Miller or against him?
Against.
Okay.
Because the first one was like, really? You got pissed off of people singing a song wrong?
Or just sounding not sounding
like
no,
pitch perfect.
Yeah, not being pitch perfect. Yeah.
And I'm like, you're at a karaoke bar. People are drunk as fuck. We don't care how we sound. We will sing.
Yeah.
One of the songs that even if you're drunk, you pretty much sound good singing it, and I witnessed it from my friends singing it, was Enter Sandman. Holy shit. I was like, you guys are drunk yet you guys really sound like Metallica. What the hell is wrong? It's like, it should be the opposite effect.
Yeah.
I mean, but also, like, there are some songs, like, it drunk or no drunk, it sounds like you're drunk singing it.
Oh.
Exhibit A on Photograph by Nickelback.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Like, with the slurring and everything, you still make out the words of that song, and you'd be like, he's singing Nickelback. Wait, didn't Joe like drink like 5 jugs of beers? Like, yeah, but he sounds good.
Oh man, I can hear Nickelback like ringing in my head right now. So funny. But I believe Miller was also arrested for like entering somebody's home and just like doing something like I forget what exactly it was, but bringing into a home pretty much, and then just doing shit. Like, it's so weird. But yeah, man, what a weird What a weird
It's
story.
like, Jesus, why?
Mm-hmm. Especially with the an actor who playing Flash of all things, right?
Mhm.
And someone brought up a screenshot from Peacemaker, and now it's like, kind of like, not connecting, but like it's definitely not aging well. Let me say that much, because it does mention Flash. But yeah. Anyway, I think you know what I'm talking about when it comes to Peacemaker, the TV series or the streaming series, whatever. But anyway, more on DC stuff. There is a mention about Blue Beetle, and apparently Susan Sarandon has been cast as the villain Victoria Cord in Blue Beetle. Wow. I was like, words getting mixed in my tongue, my vocabulary. But anyway, is this so are you familiar with the Blue Beetle comics, or
To like an extent, yes.
okay?
But I only know Jaime, which is apparently this is what the suit is being based off. Is the yeah, that is Jaime.
Okay.
I almost said variant. Yeah, this is the Blue Beetle. That's Jaime's Blue Beetle variant. He's like, wait, variant is Mahava.
Yeah.
But they're kind of going like someone wrote it in the tweet, like they're going out of order.
Oh.
Because the one doing this is the first Blue Beetle,
Mm-hmm.
then the second, and then the third. So I'm like, you guys are really jumping into showing Jaime already? Like, Jesus.
Wow.
I mean, again, that's why I don't like DC live action movies, because they don't, like, I guess they don't know how to do a really good pacing.
Yeah.
But
Putting
they did
things in
with
order.
what they did with freaking Justice League.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I mean, again, like as I keep saying to my friends, DC, they make good animation movies.
Mm-hmm.
Live action, it's like maybe a trickle here and there. That's good.
Yeah. Like Shazam was good. I like Shazam.
Yeah, Shazam and the first Wonder Woman.
Yes, pretty much.
But if we go to like other DC live action properties, the Dark Knight trilogy was really good.
Yeah. That
Minus
was
the whole-
with Christopher Nolan, and that was separate. So
I mean, it's good, except for I really get tired of. Where are they?
yeah.
Tell me where they are. Right down.
Yeah.
But then we wouldn't have like Tom Hardy as our favorite.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Bane.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome everyone. This really hurts when I pull this shit off.
Yep.
Name one movie of my repertoire that don't have shit on my face.
Yeah.
when somebody wrote that, I was like, wait, yeah. Most Tom Hardy movies, he has
Stuff
some
on his
shit
face.
on his face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with like Mad Max and whatever. That's
And
actually,
then, Venom, you can kind of like give leeway. You kind of can.
yeah.
But still, it was like, but there's still shit on his face, like on the other times of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna hold my breath on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like Blue Beetle, but just kind of don't fuck him over. Like, I'm sorry, NetherRealms, but you kind of fucked over my boy in Justice Game. Holy shit!
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't put this in the last docket or the last episode, but with the merger of Discovery and Warner Brothers,
Vanavadas.
there is the word on the street is that because of this, they are going to try to see if they can like amp up the DC universe with more movies and games, and hopefully do them right. And especially with like Superman and stuff like that, hopefully get that one going again. But again, that's just a word on the street. Don't know if how much of that is true. But that's just been what a lot of people have been talking about when it comes to the DC stuff. Like, well, yes, the Discovery stuff is happening. The merger is going to happen. That is the one thing that is true. But it does make sense. I mean, you know, with that happening, comes with changes to the pre-existing properties, especially with DC, because that's a big one. So hopefully, you know, that means good things coming out of it. But we'll have to see how much fruit that bears, or when that all comes to fruition, we'll see what the end result is of that. So that's all I can say for now, because I'm not that familiar with DC stuff. I do like some stuff here and there, but I'm not too super hardcore into DC stuff. So that's why when it comes to like Blue Beetle, the first time I've heard of Blue Beetle was from Injustice 2, I believe. So yeah.
Yep.
That's my first exposure with Blue Beetle. That's all I got. So anyway, if you don't have anything else to say, I think we can get on to something else. A couple other things. This one is true, definitely. With Spider-Man Into the or Across the Spider-Verse, has been delayed to June 2 of next year, 2023. I think this is supposed to be like a two-parter or something like that, from what I've understand. I think there is part 1. This is for part 1, and for part 2, it is for next year, so 2024. I don't know when exactly, but I think that's how it's going to work for this part. Anything about it? Any comment about that?
To me, like as I said, with every like type of delay and stuff, there's probably like a good reason that they don't want to disclose. So I'm just gonna go in my tinfoil hat, but as someone that dabbled in animation and stuff, maybe a scene had to be rewritten or reshot, but you know, in the
like
term
restructured,
of, like,
yeah,
restructured, or maybe there was like a line a character said, and because of, I guess, test screen audience, because you know they might have like done that test screening like behind closed doors and it didn't like click, so this and that, or maybe there was a point in the production like, oh, maybe this is too far, maybe we should cut it here and save that for part 2 and stuff like that. Or in my sadistic mind, maybe like 45 minutes. Yeah. Cynical.
Yeah.
Mind. Maybe 45 minutes of the movie got corrupted.
Yeah, the old oops, I
deleted everything.
Yeah. Or this data has been lost. Whoops.
Or file not found, and it's like,
yeah.
It's like, you made a backup. Yeah, and you made a backup of the backup, right? Yeah. What about the backup of the backup of the backup? No, I did not. Damn it, Judy!
Judy. Yep. Pretty much. Yeah.
And you and I, we know that feeling when we make those type of like.
Don't remind me.
Man. I can hear my graphics designer instructor telling me, by the end of this course, you're gonna have 5 backups of your first backup on top of 10 other backups of every small things that you did.
Yeah.
And it's also gonna be time stamped.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna happen at the end of the semester. Why do I have 50 backups? And it looks like it's like every 10 minutes. that I made an edit.
Yeah.
Send help.
I mean, luckily, like now, programs nowadays do a pretty good job auto-saving, but there are still major programs that don't do that. So you want to hit not command. Well, I mean, yeah, Control S or Command S, all the time, just to make sure you have it all updated and stuff like that. But always good to have backup, like you said, whether it's 1 or 50. You never know, man. You never know what happens, especially for a major project like that. Into this or across the Spider-Verse, whatever it may be. You never know what happens. Like a little tangent, but when it comes to like anime, man, like we all know what happened with Kyoto Animation, right? With the fire, or arson, I should say. I think luckily most of the anime was intact because it was backed up to a hard drive of sorts, right? That sort of thing. So you never know what happens, man. Stuff like that can just randomly happen,
Yeah.
What are you snickering about?
Because I just thought of another thing of why they might have pushed back Spider-Man. Probably they're trying to work in like because of the whole multiverse that's happening.
Oh.
Because gotta remind the kids. Spider-Verse 2 is a Sony product.
Yes.
It has no influence from Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, again, cynical, because of how Morbius is doing. They're thinking like, hey Disney, can we borrow Tom Holland? Please. I know that Spider-Man is Sony, but Tom Holland's Spider-Man character is Marvel Cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
So probably they're going maybe that's why it's delayed. They're trying to maybe not a full scene with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but it's a quick cameo when they're just going through the Spider-Verse.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this Miles Morales might have just slipped into an MCU scene with Tom Holland Spider-Man, and before they could actually interact with each other, Miles gets pulled back into that multiverse tube thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it could also be. Oh wait, sorry.
And I was same thing with Venom. They might try add some scenes with Venom, but it's they're rendering the scenes with Venom with Tom Hardy, but they don't know where to put it.
Okay.
Because that's how if I was making this type of movie, you want to make scenes that you might have a spot to put in. I mean, yes, in the long run that's wasting money, but if you can find that you can fit that piece in,
Mm-hmm.
is it really a waste? But USA.
I mean, I was about to say it could be just as simple as COVID. The situation. We're still well within the situation of things. We're still in the pandemic. People can't forget, even though it's not really on the news as much. I mean, there's still updates to it. I mean, it's been popping up again because of neglectings across the airline type side of things too. They lifted the mandate for it some time ago, and look how that's been working out so far. Bad, because what do you know? It's still around, right? So we're not out of the woods, man. I mean, that could be as simple as that too. The landscape of theaters and stuff like that is still a little shaky because of what could happen with COVID again. If people aren't cared for enough, and companies aren't taking things too seriously, or the government could when it comes to the political side of things, people political figures aren't taking it as seriously, as some others, and that could lead to back to square one potentially. And that's why, from what I've been reading here, it looks like some of these movies don't even have a hard release date. They just have a release year or whatever it is, and so they want to be able to just like kind of brace for impact potentially. So maybe that's why Spider-Verse is just going ahead and being cautious and play it safe by releasing it next year, because we don't know what's going to happen there. It could be all over for what we know, by that time, but we don't know. That's why they probably did that instead. As simple as that sounds, but it could be probably a combination of things. It could be labor. It could be like what you said. It could be a scene that they're trying to work on, but not fitting quite as well, and so they're going back to the drawing board, sort of. It could be a lot of things. It could be all of them, for all we know. But yeah, that we can only go off of so much, but yeah, it's kind of like a game delay. I can wait, because this year I'm still not going to theaters. I'm gonna put it out there right now. I am not going out to theaters, man. It is not worth it. Now, yes, for the most part, people are for the people who do go to movies right now. I don't think I've heard anything about them catching COVID directly from theaters, but still, I'm not gonna take that risk.
Yeah,
personally for me. So that's where I'm at. So I can definitely see why that could be the reason for Spider-Verse is, it could be COVID, it could be behind the scenes thing. Yeah. That's all I got. All right, Marvel stuff. Speaking of which, more Marvel stuff. Mavel. Miss Mavel got a poster or whatever released, and is going to be coming out June 8th on Disney Plus. So for those who don't want to go to theaters and stuff like that, you guys still got some stuff coming, man. Stream wise, man, it's been going up. In fact, Moon Knight just came out with a new episode, which I would like to watch soon, maybe later tonight. And yeah, so Miss Marvel is coming out beginning of June. Another show for me to look forward to, or check it out at least. Any comments from you? What do you think of this poster, or anything else relating to it?
It looks cluttered, but but there is a focal point, which I'm kind of glad they made Kalama Khan like bigger than everyone
of course
else.
Yes,
so there's a hierarchy. But again, but I like the colors. It gives off like a really good, like a retro look with all the colors.
Yeah, retro-ish. Yeah, it's like contemporary and retro-ish. There's a lot going on in terms of like a lot of hints for the ethical side of things, or the race side of things. Like looks like that's going to be a big part of Miss Marvel, since she is Middle Eastern for the most part. It's because it's Kamala, right? So that's going to be, looks like, a prominent factor to at least this take on Miss Marvel here from Marvel Studios. Since that's all what the background is. Sorry.
I was also gonna say, like, with Miss Marvel, with all the teaser trailers and trailers that we've seen so far, I still don't understand why people are mad at Disney not making her have stretchy limbs and stuff. It's like, bro, you guys forget that fucking Fantastic Four is coming out soon. Do you really want two Mr. Fantastics? At least her powers are pretty much like paying homage to her comic book powers, so it's like,
yeah,
you give and take. But then someone said like they're giving her these type of like new powers. It pretty much is Green Lantern, like. Okay, and you realize that the Green Lantern and the Nova the Nova Corps are pretty much the same thing.
Kinda,
What's
yeah.
your point? It's like, what's your point?
Yeah. Parallel sort of things, yeah.
Nah, one ripped off the other, just like how DC
Deadpool,
ripped
okay.
off Marvel.
Like
Marvel
Deadpool and
ripped
Deathstroke.
let's rip open that old wound that just
Yeah.
healed. It's like,
Or hell, even like, not even like Marvel DC, it's like what's you call? Like there's Invincible, there's Homelander, if we want to go there. They're all Superman type of characters, but different from different tones of superhero franchises. But yeah, but yeah, it looks neat. There's Captain Marvel down there, so obviously we'll be playing a part to Kamala Khan somehow. So, but yeah, I'll check it out. Just cause, get my money's worth, that sort of thing also. But yeah.
I mean, I'm paying $9 a month.
Oh, yeah. I think so. I think that's the full that's the Disney Plus with no ads thing, right?
Yeah, no ads, and no what's it called? No extra features and stuff. The ESPN, there you go.
Yeah,
that's a different tier.
Yeah, that's a different tier. Yeah, you're did you pay it yearly? Did you pay it yearly or monthly?
I should switch it to yearly. I'm paying it monthly.
I'm doing that with HBO, but
HBO Max, I have it yearly.
Oh, okay. I think Disney for me is yearly.
And Disney, it's monthly. Crunchyroll is every 3 months.
Okay.
And then I guess yearly is Amazon Prime, because Prime Video.
Right, Prime Video, yeah. Oh, I mean, plus the shipping. Just Prime in general. It's kind of interesting, right? Because that's one of the only ones that offer something way more than just streaming stuff. Although I think then again you have to pay a little extra if you want more streaming stuff. But maybe I don't know. Anyway, one last thing before we take off. I know this has been pretty long, but we had a lot to discuss, especially with fighting game proportion. But it is Love and Thunder with Thor. Obviously, I'm not gonna play the trailer with audio, but any thoughts on this one?
I like it. But I just don't understand how there are some people on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook saying that this movie looks like a piece of shit.
Huh.
I'm like, you saw the movie? How? Let me watch it so I can see it in your eyes. But the one that got me reeling, it was from Marvel, tweeting out the trailer, saying that this movie looks like a piece of shit, to which Thor Dark World looks like it's gold. I'm like,
no, bro, come on.
I was like, were you dying when you were writing that? Because I died when I was reading that. Are you saying that Thor Dark World looks better than this?
Yeah. I hardly remember what happened in Dark World.
I don't fucking know what happened. All I know was Ether goes into Jane. Bad thing happened.
Oh, and quote unquote Loki died, quote unquote.
But I like it, and as I said before the podcast start,
yeah.
Wakiti took a page out of James Gunn's book. He's like, how do you get people hyped, or how do you know that this movie is gonna be good?
Yep.
You make a kick-ass soundtrack.
Yeah, it's very 80s-esque.
Yeah. Which I love the logo. Like, you can tell, the 80s were very influenced. Yep, can't play the song,
Yeah.
even though it's a good song.
Yeah. So, are you familiar with the Thor comics at all?
Yes.
Okay,
a bit.
so Jane, just does Jane Foster become Thor at some point?
Yeah, it's a comic book line for. It's called The Mighty Thor.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if they're gonna follow that, but it might be hints.
Like based off of it at least.
Basically a fast without well, there's a little spoiler. In that comic book line, Jane is diagnosed with cancer. So
Oh,
she's
yeah.
dying.
Mhm.
She's dying, but she was worthy to hold Mjolnir because
Mjolnir,
during this time comic book line, Thor kind of gave up on himself,
Right.
and so Jane took it upon herself and la di da.
It looks like from this in this movie, it looks like he just wants to pass on and just retire the hero status onto Jane because XYZ sort of
Either
thing.
that or, I mean, yes, he's over 1,000 years old, but I think he hit that point, in life, what am I doing?
Yeah,
I think
almost
he's
like an
trying to
existential crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which he did have in Endgame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he fell into
When he
depression
was-
because he didn't
Yeah.
he didn't aim for the head.
But I'm sorry, everyone. You may love bulky Thor and stuff. I like Fat Thor. Fat Thor was fucking good. I loved it.
He was still fat by the end of Endgame.
By the
which
end,
is,
yeah.
because you
But
can see the
now-
armor kind of.
That's what I liked. When sorry for those who didn't watch Endgame yet. What the hell's wrong with you? For one, but when he called Mjolnir and Stormbreaker and he got his
Mhm.
armor, I thought he was just magically gain muscle, but I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, he's still fat.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was kind of out of shape, which is why, in my head canon, that's why he got his ass beat by Thanos because he wasn't quite up to shape as his prime.
Yeah, but as a certain video game character, speed and weight, motherfucker, speed and weight.
Mhm. I mean, granted, he did have both Mjolnir and Stormbreaker in hand, but he was still fat, so I don't know. I mean, to me,
Imagine. Okay, then. Let me go call Harada. Harada, can you give Bob
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir and Stormbreaker and see what happens? Breaks the
I
game.
mean, is he even worthy? I don't know.
How dare you? Bob is really worthy.
I like the outfit here. Like a lot of people are making memes with S and K because it kind of does
It
look
looks
like
Terry.
Terry. Yep. I mean it's 80s. Terry is based off of the 80s. Especially if you look at the Fatal Fury logo, it looks like something from the 80s.
Yeah.
So I like this
But
connection too.
everyone, I'm saying that it's Forrest Gump,
Mm-hmm.
which again, it's an 80s movie.
Yep.
I mean, I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah. I do like the Jane Foster costume for when she becomes Thor. I like the helmet and everything.
Yeah, a lot of people was when it was first announced that we were gonna get Lady Thor back in, I guess, whatever Comic-Con it was.
Mm-hmm.
People were just scared of how stupid she might look because of if you looked at her comic book iteration, it looks beautiful, but when you try to
Oh yeah.
bring it into live action, it's a hit or miss. But then to me, I'm one of those people you realize that there are really good cosplayers, right? They'll
Yeah.
put blood and sweat. That's why, sorry to dig up old wounds, Apocalypse looked like a piece of shit.
Ouch.
I don't know what the costume department, the makeup department was thinking, but I was like, couldn't you just hire a fucking cosplayer that actually knows how to
Mm-hmm. Actually is a fan. Yeah.
with a fan to make the fucking costume
Yeah.
and just say will be a really big commission
Yeah.
for them.
I don't
Like, holy shit! Like, just like looking at Apocalypse again in my mind's eyes, like, oh god,
know.
it hurts. I
Yeah.
am dying.
Yep.
And right there, in the middle of his running, there's young Thor, like babe, Kid Thor, which is, it's one of Chris Hemsworth's son that's running. I forget which one. It's one of his son that's running.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess it's like a
Teenager,
but I don't know. It might be like, what are they called? Not stuntman, but
like a stand-in or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's wearing his actually classic costume.
Yeah, the classic.
Holy crap!
Yeah, because you see the metal things on the.
Which to me, like a lot of people were like, when the Marvel movies first came out, I was like, why aren't they using their classic costumes? Like, do you know how really stupid those things actually look?
Yeah, they don't translate too well.
But then when you think about it, like for Loki's classic costume, it fits, but you have to have the right actor and the setting for it.
And the context. Yeah.
You cannot just plop like classic look Loki into like Avengers and just say like fear this man. It's like,
I mean, take a look at fucking Adam West Batman. Like they pull that straight from the comics, and look at how that translated.
Yeah.
So that's why you gotta mod it up a bit. Especially with
you gotta take liberties of like paying homage and also just tweaking it so it doesn't like destroy the image.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the tone, of course, of the movie you're going for, but yeah, you gotta take consideration of those things.
But again, and then the same people saying that, oh, this movie looks like a piece of shit, just like Ragnarok. I was like, what do you mean? Ragnarok was good.
Well, they didn't like the direction where, because it went from really serious to very, very comical, in contrast. I think this one will have like both,
Yeah.
Because
people forget with Ragnarok, some of those lines were improvised by the actors. So do you blame the actors?
I mean, also, yeah, I mean, I think even Hemsworth was saying like he was getting bored of Thor, so that's why he was really glad to have
like a different take.
Wakita Titi to spice things up.
And I'm really interested of Russell Crowe being Zeus.
Sorry, I like this part.
I know this part is like you just need to look at the people that you love,
and he's just intersecting the scene.
You see, like Star-Lord's like, stop.
Yeah.
Like he wanted to like go away.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. It is coming out in July 8th, but again, I won't be going to theaters.
No, 2 months after Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Yep. So that is set for right now.
And that's how I'm gonna ask for my ticket when I pick it up for Doctor Strange. I'm here to pick up my Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Strange dos.
Yeah. Yep.
The people would just stare at me. The what?
Mm-hmm.
Doctor Strange dos.
Oh my god. All right. Well, looks good.
You mean yeah, looks good.
Yeah, looks good. I mean, I like the colors. The cinematography is great. I mean, even with the CGI stuff, looks great. They've definitely mastered it over the years. I'm glad that Korg is in there. Is in there still.
And Meek. You can't forget Meek.
Yeah, you're right. We'll see where this serves for the Guardians as well, because the Guardians are definitely a part of it. How much of it? I don't know.
From what it looks like, it's like maybe like they're there for the first like 10 minutes or so,
and then he leaves.
Yeah. And then when Guardians 3 comes out, that when they leave in this movie, that's where Guardians 3 picks up. You know.
Mm-hmm. And maybe you know, and by the end credits, Thor comes back. You know, it's like, hey, what's up? I don't know.
Now see, because again, the multiverse probably like hit a lot of like places in this MCU.
Mm-hmm.
Like not like to like ground like world shattering levels like what Peter and the folks had to deal with, but you know, maybe some beings slipped through
Yeah.
the cracks, like in the far reaches. This is my hope prediction for this movie's like post-credit scene or mid-credit scene.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he was teased in Ragnarok, but I want to see a full character Beta Ray Bill. Show me him.
Mm-hmm.
So I can like see him like just do the whole vision thing and just pick up the Mjolnir and go like,
wait, so
what is this?
Who played that character? The actor? Are you talking about Jeff Goldblum's character, or is it someone else you're thinking of?
No, someone else.
Okay.
Go look up Beta Ray Bill. He's a horse. He's a horse that has the power of Thor.
What? So what's the name?
Beta Ray Bill.
Ah. Oh.
His skull was teased in Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see like a full like character
Mm-hmm.
of Beta Ray Bill entering the MCU.
Oh, okay, I see.
But how he speaks, I want him to sound Scottish, like the old Silver Surfer cartoon.
Oh.
And it was hilarious the way he was talking.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Probably just standard English, like, you know, like British English, probably.
Oi, mate!
Yeah.
It's like, no, stop, please.
I mean, you could be from another part of New England, or not New England. I mean, English, or sorry,
Yeah. New England Patriots.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, that's like Canada. But anyway, like Livingston, that part of town, or like what's another part, like Birmingham or something like that, or sorry if I'm butchering any of the names, but like you know like the smaller towns of England, you know, where they have like slightly different accents for each one, but very distinct if you have a more of a trained ear. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of going back to like when Guardians first came out. I really thought Rocket was gonna have like that
Australian accent.
Yeah, Australian accent from from Marvel.
Marvel 3, yeah.
Yeah, but Bradley Cooper, he did good.
Yeah, no, I like him as Rocket. Isn't Rocket Raccoon like in the cartoons? Doesn't he have an accent? Like in the recent Marvel animation stuff.
I don't know because I don't watch any of them.
I think I swear I saw a clip of Rocket speaking with an English accent of sorts. I don't know. Anyway, let's leave it off of that. We definitely went on quite a bit, so that'll be all for another discussion. So anyway, that's all we got. We definitely had a lot to talk about, despite the variety bag. We definitely have a lot to say for each of them anyway. So thank you very much. This has been 184 of the Hypecast. Thank you very much for tuning in once again, and we'll be back hopefully for more news to talk about. So again, thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe for people watching us on YouTube, and yeah, so follow us on Twitter and stuff like that. And that is pretty much it. So thank you very much. Is that Ivanko? Ivanko, yeah. Iva-chan, yeah. One Piece. All right, thank you very much. We'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.
Iva-chan just did the whole story going like...
Yeah, pretty much. All right.
I hope...